Since 1989, Bryn Glass strives to provide a professional and pleasurable experience throughout the construction process. We invite you to visit our commercial gallery for an overview of our completed projects. The homeowner is the sole focus of our residential division. Through extensive conversation and planning sessions, we come to understand the look and feel a homeowner's desires. Our mirrors are all cut to fit the area, and we offer several edgework custom options for you. Our shower enclosures are all custom designed and fabricated to fit each application. There are numerous glass and metal surrounds for the shower of your dreams. As a finishing touch, we offer a wide variety of bath accessories. Call 252-637-4996 for Bryn Glass.
This is Mike Twitchell, head football coach of the West Craven Eagles. Your home for West Craven Sports is 252 Fox Sports Radio 107.5.
This is Friday Night Football.
Let me welcome head football coach of the West Craven Eagles, Mike Twitchell, to the show. Good afternoon, Mike. Always great to talk to you, Coach.
Hey, good afternoon, Mark. Thanks for having me.
All right, we're gonna start with last week with the win against North Pitt, and I'm gonna go ahead and take out. I'm gonna ask you a two-part question. Again, tough game, 27-26, but you get the win, the most important part. So, give me your most positive takeaway from the game. And then whatever's in the least favorable pile. There's always something, obviously, when you get into film and you look at it and you say, hey, we need to do a little more of this, and I'd like to see a whole lot less of that. So give me a little positive, negative from North Pitt.
Well, I thought positive. I thought we played hard for 4 quarters. I thought some things didn't go our way. Obviously, something's in the turn. You look at the turnovers and you say DJ Davis threw 3 interceptions. Well, yeah, kind of. 2 of them are tip balls that one of them may or may not have been caught. I mean, but that's just a game, man. But I thought through all that, I thought we handled it. We played hard. I didn't know with 9 minutes to go that Phil Snyder would kick the game-winning field goal, but it ended up being that way. And I thought defense bowed their neck in the fourth quarter and played really well, so that was good to see.
Yeah, and so I'm glad you brought up Snyder, because there's 2 guys I wanted to talk about, and I am one of those people who, especially as long as I've covered high school football, I know what it can be when you've got a kicker. It's not something you see often, especially in our area. I mean, I can count on one hand the kind of the amount of teams I've seen that had a guy who can knock one through the uprights in high school football. And so, look, that was a great game. And I know I go back to the last great game that when we remember old Decker's kick from a few years ago. But that was Snyder's night. And it's again, there's a couple of people I wanted to highlight, but he's one I'm going to start with because again, usually what we remember about the kickers is the kicks they miss, a kickoff that drove us crazy. But on a night like that, he certainly deserves his credit. That was two really nice kicks he hit.
Yeah, they were clutch. Like I said, and it's a plus. Like you said, Mark, when when you have a good one, and Phil's been a good one for us this year, and he's getting better each week. But being able to feel like you can get points every time you get in the red zone, that's a big advantage in high school football.
It is. Okay, the other guy is DJ Davis, and I know and it may be unfair sometimes. It feels like we're going to talk about it, but being a quarterback, you're gonna get that a lot. But you mentioned the 3 picks, and one of them wasn't caught. I took some time, and I'm just going to go out on a limb. You played a good Switzerland there, and maybe he didn't, maybe he didn't. I'm going to just say he didn't make that interception. Anyways, what was really impressive was in the clutch, I think the last interception where the next time DJ Davis touches the ball, it was just literally this moment where he took the ball and took the moment and ran for that, what was it, 76-yard touchdown?
78, yeah, 76, 78, yeah.
It was, again, I've only seen that a handful of times, too, when you've got an athlete who can do that. And again, it just seemed like that I'm going to step and play. In this moment, I'm going to just – it was just a superstar moment. And again, that one play is a great moment, but the way he played both sides from that point on, it was his poise. Because in moments like that, I know part of that's got to be a senior and the experience he's had, but you know as well as I do, mistakes oftentimes get in your head and you start become more mistakes. But he took that last interception, and then from that moment, it was like a switch flipped, and all of a sudden, DJ Davis was just making plays. And again, the big run, but certainly played well in the defensive secondary as well. So he's the other guy I wanted to bring up.
Absolutely. And I think you hit the nail on the head, Mark. I think you had a moment there where, he may have made a bad read. Kid from North Pitt made a heck of a play on the ball, ended up throwing an interception for a touchdown after we just gave up the lead. Mm-hmm. And then, like you said, get the ball back first play. He goes 70+ yards for a touchdown on our first play of a drive. That's just – that's tell people all the time about DJ. He's got a lot of great qualities. To me, the one that stands out is he's a winner. And, he's tough. He's mentally tough. It's not just about being physically tough, but he understood that he made a mistake and he took ownership of it. And in the end, he made it right, and that's all you can ask a kid to do. And it's good when your quarterback has that type of mental toughness to not let the last play affect the next play. You don't get that every year from your quarterback. You coach it, you want to, you talk about it, right, but you don't always get it. But it's good to see it the other night.
All right, this time of year, I feel like the old attrition thing is something a lot of teams are going to deal with. You played half the season, guys get a little banged up, a little dinged up, and you're going to have some injuries. And so instead of focusing on that, I know one of the buzzwords, right, we use all the time, coach speak, as they like to call, right, next man up. And look, we've talked about your depth. Not only you've got some great players, but you just got great players at a lot of positions and some depth and some guys being able to step up. So when it comes to that next man up, let's give some names to the faces and numbers. Who have been those guys in these moments where again you've had to call on a guy where at the beginning of the year he might have been 2 on the depth chart or 3 on the depth chart, or maybe slide over and play in a different position, but who have been these next men up, the folks that are sliding into positions and performing that you feel like deserve some credit?
Well, I think it's a lot of our senior class that are guys that represent our program well in a lot of ways, right? So, like, Kristen Napoli was chief junior marshal last year of graduation. Great kid, great family. He's just a Swiss Army knife for us. Started the year at a running back for us first couple games. Did a fine job there, and we needed him at linebacker. Ben Dennison went down. He kind of flipped over there, and just coach, I just want to help us win. Shereen Morris, same type. He's a guy that's been bouncing around from strong safety to Sam linebacker, back to strong safety, back to Sam linebacker. Another senior. Just guys plugging holes for us. Zaire Keys is in that linebacker role. He's a guy that, he's a backup offensive lineman. He's a backup fullback. He's a guy that we bring 2 jerseys to the game for. He wears 12, but he also can jump in 55 real quick if we need him. Just those 3 guys, Zaire Keys and Shereen Morris and Kristen Napoli, all seniors for us, man. They're guys that represent our program at a high level every hour of the day, man. And they're kind of the glue guys that when you talk about all these other guys that we have, and those are the guys that really to build that depth, and we have that character to lean on, and they all have a great work ethic. We talk about, a lot of times guys that are 2-year starters in our program. They start on JV as sophomores, and they're good players, and then they start for us as seniors, and those guys are, and they're kind of the glue in our program, man. And they've earned the playing time, and they're doing a heck of a job in the roles we're asking them to play.
Friday Night Football on 252 Radio is brought to you by all these great sponsors. Robinson and Stith Insurance, Bowden and Parr Furniture, Jimmy L. Morris and Sons Contractors, Atlantic Logging, Lilly Enterprises HVAC, and Bryn Glass.
Friday Night Football. Friday Night Football.
This is my... Woo! Let's go, man. Start back. The first snap on this game. Let's go. Start back. Let's go now. You fired the first shot. Let's go, man.
This is Friday Night Football.
They remind you that one of the goals of high school athletics is learning lifetime values.
It's week 6 of Friday Night Football, and tonight it's not only a conference race that we're chasing in the Three Rivers Conference, but we're trying to chase Mother Nature, at least outrace Mother Nature tonight. There is weather impending in the area, and it is creeping in, and so we're going to probably get, I think, a pretty escalated event. I think all of the players and coaches, officials, everybody want to try to get this game in, but again, Mother Nature is more than likely going to play some part of it. But I want to welcome everybody. It's week 6. It's Washington. We're here at Choppy Wagner Stadium, and I'm here, Mark Panicelli alongside me, the coach Bud Vincent, Chop Doughty, and we've got ourselves a great contest tonight. Washington looking for their first win. West Craven looking for their second conference win of the season. But familiar foes facing off one another, Coach. And I'm going to start there is, again, it's a new Washington team, but there are certainly still the similar players. And I know you talked about some of them. They got an incredible wide receiver tonight who's a heck of a playmaker and a pretty athletic quarterback as well.
Yeah, I know a lot of the kids that were, they may not have played for me, but they were little brothers and around the program when I was here. The one that stands out to me the most that doesn't get a lot of attention because it's hard to get him the ball because of what he does and his skill set, but it's number 0, Anderson Thomas, and he's back deep right now. And he's a kid that can make you miss. He's very athletic, very strong lower body, explosive kid. They've got some pieces. They've also lost a lot of pieces in the previous weeks with kids leaving and getting kicked off or whatever. The running back, number 9, Khalid Small, is a great linebacker, but he's having to go both ways. I think that's taking a toll on him and how hard he plays. And, you know, it's tough to, I counted up earlier before kickoff, I think I counted 24 kids on the varsity program in general.
Make some noise, Pampack fans. It's
very
time for
unusual for a
Pampack
community
football.
in a program like this. And when I was here, we had, 40 on JV and, 35, 40 on varsity.
Number 13, Phil
This game
Snyder,
was always
will be kicking off for West Craven.
No matter what time of year we played, early conference, late, it was always a championship field type game. And I hate to see that kind of go.
Pampack to get the ball first tonight, and kickoff will be picked up at the 9. A little reverse.
A little trickeration there.
And West Craven not full
0,
on the
Anderson Thomas on the return after getting the handoff from
I'm
Josiah
really interested
Jeanette
to see
on the end around.
how this
Anderson crosses the
offensive
20
line that hasn't
out
really
to
been the same week to week, how they
22-yard
come out and try to block this
and
the
that's
box
where
of West
the
Craven and
Pampack will
match
set up
physicality
first down
with
and
this
10.
West Craven D-line and these linebackers. So be very interested to see right here in a few minutes.
Washington comes out again. The Pampack, their quarterback is Evan Makepeace.
Yeah, really good athlete. Played safety for me when he was here.
Sets up in a pistol formation. Gets the snap, handoff. And Emmanuel Miller, amongst others,
Small on the carry for the Pampack.
To take down the Washington Pampack runner. And
Emmanuel
again,
Miller
that's going to
made
be
the tackle
the hard
for
part for
West
Washington,
Craven.
and that's getting some of that offense going.
A loss of 3
against
yards
this
on the play.
West Craven defensive line. And you were, I listened to
Back
a little
to the
bit of what you were
19-yard
talking about.
line. Second down and 13
for the quarterback.
Pampack.
If he's going to make some passing plays where he can make some, he's going to need some protection tonight.
Yeah, I look for them to do a little bit of full protection, leave a back end or 2, which only gives them, 3 receiving options, which is hard to do. And but again, this D-line is kind of just running free.
Pass complete. First down and more past the 40 and brought down at about
Evan
the 43-yard line.
Makepeace
with a great pass.
With number 12, Justice Jeanette, the junior wide receiver for the Pampack. Gain is out to the 43-yard
line. Sit in the pocket and, tap the ball. He has to roll out to his right,
yards
roll
on
out
the
to
play.
his left, which is a little hard for him to do. But
Spot
right
the
there,
ball
you
at
saw
the
him roll out to his
43.
right. He's comfortable. Doesn't really have to set his feet to make a good throw. And the receiver found some green grass and sat down. And he's able to throw in a run to his right. To his left would be a little harder, I think. But again, they still got 2-3 guys on pressure on them and let a lick on them. So
yeah, he did take a hit at the end of that.
Handoff. First down and more inside Eagle territory, past the 50 and up to the 46-yard line. Malik Small on the
ball
carry.
carrier for the Big Blue.
Yeah, that was just your
midfield to the
old school
Craven
GH counter where they pull the H and they pull the guard, lead the tackle in.
A gain of 13 on the play.
It looks like from watching film, they told the running back, hey, look, as soon as you get the handoff, look at the cut it back because of how hard West Craven flows to the football. So a good little cutback right there to give them 10, 12 yards.
A deep pistol and a hard snap's going to get the Eagles to jump off, and great job by Makepeace.
Yeah, they're rotating running backs because number 9, like I said, is going both ways, and Mazziro's going both ways. So
will move the ball to
they're probably going to try to treat that kid as one, try to treat them 2 as 1 so they can kind of get fresh legs in there and also keep them fresh for defense. It's going to be really hard to do when you've got 24 players. Out of 24 players, probably I'd say 7 of them are going both ways.
Snap, handoff. Cuts inside the 40. Still on his feet, past the 35-yard line, or
number 0.
We marked at the 35-yard line. Thomas on the carry.
Rushes for the pack. He crosses the 35-yard line.
Yeah, Anderson Thomas is
around the 34.
Really good athlete, and I think Coach Sabdo, some half-block ties with his dad over there, understands that he's really just got to get number 0 the ball.
First down, Pam-Pack.
Yeah, they're a little bit of a 2-wing set, a little more wing T-ish, which is what Coach Pascal's always done and been very successful in the past.
And off again. Around the left end. Has room. First down and more inside the 25-yard line is Thomas, and he'll move the chains.
He sweeps to the left side of the field, picks up first down yardage for the Big Blue.
They can't really throw the ball downfield outside the hash mark, so they're getting back into like a 2-wing set. Like I said, which Coach Pascal's made famous and done a really good job in the past years. And it's not, I wouldn't call it wing T, but that play right there, lead up, 2 pulls, is very wing T-ish. I'm interested to see the adjustment this West Craven defense. Are they going to stay in the 4-man front? Are they going to walk a guy down, kind of get in the bear or odd front to kind of slow down this running attack that's really getting 10 yards a pop?
This time the Eagle defense will step up and make a stop there.
Yeah, and
no gain on the play.
Again,
makes it back to the line of scrimmage.
These kids have to drive and lean on people, going both ways. Another game just started, but I think this drive kind of shocked them. And
the ball at the 22.
You see the linemen hands on it, trying to catch their breath right now because they're not used to really kind of putting together like these 10 plays a pop drive.
Wind starting to blow here from atop the press box at Choppy Wagner Stadium. 8:33 to go. Opening drive for the Pam-Pack. Pistol formation. Handoff again and met in the backfield and brought down.
The handoff from quarterback Evan Makepeace.
Yeah, that play took a little long to develop. I don't really like that style counter out of the pistol where you turn one way, like you go hand it, and the running back makes a counter step and he comes back. It just I don't think this offensive line is good enough to hold the block long enough. I think they're going to find more success just getting the ball downhill right now.
For the Pam-Pack.
So right now you got 3rd and 11, got him behind the sticks, and probably going to make Peace Parker try to put it in the air, which look for him to roll out and try to eliminate some of the pressure from one side and just really focus on blocking the front side. Still got that max protection in with the H-back number 32 in there.
3rd and 11 here. Makepeace in the pistol. Running back gets a little head start on the play. Rolling out to his right and throws, and he looks like he was trying to hit the up man, but overthrew him enough and almost hit the secondary route in the tree, but incomplete for the Eagles.
Yeah, that's what they had at Washington was a little problem. You had two receivers in the same area, so you're thinking 2 receivers in one area. Now I can cover one person, can cover 2 people.
4th and 11.
And again, like I said, the little rollout, and you might not get a rollout, you might get a rollout the other way, but the rollout is really eliminating the backside pressure and able to focus on blocking the first 2. Good job by Landon McCarty, seeing rollout, doing his job and triggering, and really making that throw harder than it had to be for Evan Makepeace.
4th down here. 3 wide receivers to the near side of the set for the Pam-Pack. Ball set up at about the 24. Throw it into the end zone, and he's just throwing this one away.
Yeah, a lot of pressure. Emmanuel Miller was there. Emmanuel Miller got rid of a hold and still got back there and get pressure on him. Like, I don't think he can sit in the pocket. I don't think the deep routes will develop, which is what their receivers are good at, is blowing by people, getting downfield. I don't think they'll have time to develop. And so they're going to probably stick with the rollout. But it's kind of like last night at East Carolina. If you get this team behind the sticks, the rollout and the short passes doesn't really work. So then your goal is to get to 3rd and 8 and then let your D-line pin their ears back and do what they do.
So DJ Davis and the West Craven offense now with their first possession of the night. DJ 45 for 83, 665 yards and 5 touchdowns through the air. He's also the leading rusher for the Eagles at 375 yards and 8 touchdowns. He'll carry it this time up to the 30-yard line, and that'll be enough for a 6-yard gain.
West Craven keeps it.
Yeah, I think West Craven's going to lean on him, trying to pound him a little bit, because you saw when the offense came off the field, the defense came on the field, you probably saw, 3 to 4 kids come on and go off. So
at their own 30-yard line.
That leaves you with 7 to 8 kids kind of playing both ways.
Shotgun formation here. They'll put 2 wide receivers on each side. Eagles roll out here for Davis, and he's looking for Cuthbertson, but overthrows Cuthbertson.
Throws the ball out of bounds.
Yeah, that's a little spread version of triple option.
Number 18, Xavier Cuthbertson.
Kind of hard to do in the boundary. Good read, good pull by DJ. The flat defender who had to either pick the quarterback or the receiver.
Injury.
Kind of got in the middle, and DJ forced DJ to make a bad throw. But
shaking up on the play.
That play is open. I think that play is going to be there
for the Pan Pack.
I think if you run it to the field and able to stretch the field laterally right there, and that kid really can't cover 2, he has to make a decision whether he's going to take DJ or he's going to take the bubble route by number 2. You find a little more success in that play.
Well, let's give us
the injured players number 79,
a chance to look at the Three Rivers Conference standings. Again, we're only in week 2, but last week, Southwest Edgecombe, Eastern Wayne, and West Craven all got victories. Of course, Washington did not play last week. North Pitt, North Johnston, and North Lenoir all at 0-1 on the season, but we're just getting underway. But again, this is, your conference placement is so big, so these conference games certainly matter. We're going to do this. We'll take a break while we've got an injury and come back. You're listening to Friday Night Football on 252 Fox Sports Radio.
The goal of Atlantic Logging is to offer each of our customers a professional logging operation and top dollar for their timber. In short, you should have a peace of mind knowing that your timberland is contracted to be harvested with an extraordinary, well-trained, experienced, and dedicated logging company to get the job done in a time-efficient manner with precision and professionalism. Call 252-229-9997. Atlantic Logging is a proud supporter of West Craven Athletics.
This is Mike Fletcher, head football coach of the West Craven Eagles. Your home for West Craven sports is 252 Fox Sports Radio.
This is Friday Night Football.
We are back with timeout.
DJ Davis already
now.
He makes it back to the line of scrimmage. There is a penalty flag on the play.
We're going to come back with Davis with a 1-yard gain.
Yeah,
but we do have a penalty on the play.
I do think he could have got a little happy trying to make a guy miss, and that allowed a little more dancing than what DJ normally does, and allowed some Washington players
False start to call
to get to the ball.
West Craven.
But the penalty might not be a bad thing here. Able to line back up on 3rd down.
And the Pan Pack will decline the penalty.
So it brings up a 4th down, and here comes
4th down and 2 for the Eagles.
The punt team. And if you're Washington, I think you'll take that as a win for sure.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, you look at the record and you see the 24 players. Coach Pascal is a really good football coach, and they do have really good players. I just think that West Craven's going to have to find their groove and do what they do, which is that jet sweep, quarterback power read. I think that's going to be open a lot tonight. But, early on.
And the Eagles are unfortunately going to turn over on downs, and it's going to be a great play for the Washington special teams because they are going to start in prime real estate here.
They had nobody back, almost like they anticipated some sort of fake there.
That tackle by number 56, Walker Selby.
They had nobody deep for the kick.
Yeah, I don't know if that was miscommunication. I didn't really count them up, but
at the West Craven 24-yard line, where it is a Pampack first down.
They might have just sold out, and Caden might have felt a little bit of pressure, and he figured he'd get some more yards instead of getting the punt block. So here we are at 1st and 10 from the 29, 24.
So the Pampack come out here 1st down. Roll out on the fake handoff and throws against his body, and
Evan Makepeace scrambles to his left.
Makepeace with a nice athletic play.
To number 1,
it's complete.
Jaron Payne for the Pampack.
And this is Jaron Payne, who, again, this is a guy who is quite an athlete. He is going to get a lot of attention by the secondary, which is, one, he can make plays, but two, he's a good enough receiver where he can open up other receivers because of the attention the defense is going to pay on him.
Yeah, I coached Jaron's older brother, Gary. He was a 2-3 year starter for me on varsity, playing college ball now. Jaron, exploded in the offseason at all these camps with his raw athletic ability. I do like the matchup of Kristen Person Jr. on him. I think this is going to be a growing game for a Person. And right there, he had good coverage. It's a really good comeback route by a savvy senior who understands field position.
And trying to get the 1st down, and very close, Small with the ball.
A couple of tacklers.
Close to the marker, needed to get to about the 14, and I think he's got it. Let's see where they mark it.
Very close to 1st down yardage.
Looks like he's going to be just short.
Napoli made the tackle for the Eagles.
Yeah, Khalid Small's a big kid.
Third down,
I remember when I was here, he was a freshman. I was excited about him as a linebacker, very physical early on. He's not easy to bring down. Probably reminds West Craven a lot of the running backs from last week at North Pitt. Runs low, runs hard. One tackle, arm tackles will not bring this kid down, so they're going to get some more people to the party. And then when they get there, they got to bring their hips and run their feet.
Handoff. Spins away and tries to push forward for the 1st down, and Anderson looks like he's got enough. Needed probably about a half yard, and it looks like he got a full yard. So.
Yeah, that was that Slane misdirection counter.
Around the 13-yard line is where the
out of pistol, so you can't really set the run strength because they're going to get in pistol and make you feel like they can go either way. And good job breaking the first tackle to get that extra yard. Like I said, Anderson Thomas is a big, strong athlete and runs hard. Played a lot of receiver last year for Matt Taylor in this Pampack team, and now he's getting the ball, I think, by any means necessary. They come back out in that double wing look.
4:41 to go. Clock running, pistol formation, handoff. And this time the Eagles will drag Anderson Thomas for maybe a short loss. We'll say it is a loss of a yard on the play.
Yeah, McCarty had a great read and a great jump on the ball. As a linebacker, when you can read that quickly and you're that athletic, it's hard to block you, especially with this D-line. They got a double team up front. So a double team up in the middle all night long is going to leave Landon essentially unaccounted for or unblocked, especially if the double team can't get to him. He can trigger as fast as he did with that last play.
Wind is really picking up now here at Choppy Wagner.
It is choppy.
It is quite a choppy evening, and again, we are expecting weather. What we've got to worry about is trying to get this game in as quickly as we can. Roll out, and
we got to
flags on the play.
And
they might have got a kid in the neutral zone. Yes.
False start to call against the Pampack.
Well, I don't want to say what is getting ready to happen, but if you look towards the field house end of Choppy Wagner Stadium, the clouds are getting pretty dark. And again, what we've got to watch out for is we've got some lightning in the area, some storms that might roll in. That would definitely see rain's not the issue.
Yeah.
It's the lightning. Of course, we're up here on the roof, and if that happens, we may again end our broadcast momentarily and come back once it's safe to come back on the roof. So
my first game being a defensive coordinator here, we were getting beat by Pamlico.
And I think that's it. Let's see.
I think they called a timeout. Yeah, Pastor called a timeout.
Timeout Washington. That's their first of the first half. They'll have 2 remaining.
But we were my first game as a coordinator here at Washington, and we were playing Pamlico, who's in like a wing tee, tackle overlook, and I couldn't get the kids to line up, and didn't have time to draw it up on the board. And we had a little lightning delay in the first quarter, and that really, that lightning delay really allowed me to go inside and get some things fixed. So sometimes lightning can be, as a coach, it can be beneficial as long as you're able to get everybody inside safe and then finish the game that night. So it was really nice to have that break in my first game to come back and get everybody settled down, get everything drawn up and coached up, because you can't really do it like I want to do it in the middle of the game. So sometimes that little 30-minute delay is just enough a team needs, especially with like for West Craven with Washington coming out and some stuff that they haven't really shown too much lately.
Well, for our viewers, excuse me, on 252 Fox Sports on Facebook and Friday Night Football on Facebook, Chop has been nice enough to swing his phone around to the camera lens where you can see the live radar and sort of where we are. So
we're liable to get a little touch of something.
Right now, we're going to keep playing. Second down, 16 after the penalty, and Makepeace is going to get tackled after maybe a gain of 1 yard.
Thought about passing and then decided to run with it. He'll pick up.
If you're listening, by the way, on 107.5 FM or on TuneIn or TuneIn.com, the TuneIn radio app, or on your Alexa device, we're welcoming you to Friday Night Football as well. Remind you to find us on Facebook as well, and we will have the game on YouTube on Saturday. So, but for those of you just listening in tonight, Pam Pack looks like they're wearing the gray on gray tonight. Gray pants, gray jerseys. Eagles wearing blue pants, white jerseys, the white helmets. Third down and 15. Makepeace in the pistol, gets the snap, rolls out to his right, throws, hits. He was hit as he threw, and it's incomplete.
Pass is incomplete.
Yeah, really good job of Landon McCarty. Number 32, Logan Blank, who's the lead rat back on that rollout play.
2 minutes and 32
doesn't really match up athletically with Landon McCarty. Landon McCarty just shows you why. Foot speed and then the one-arm power shiver that he got on his way to deliver a big blow to Evan Makepeace. If you look at it, if you're counting as a coach, I am counting, that's probably the fourth or fifth big hit Makepeace has taken. And we have about 2.5 minutes to go in the first quarter, so don't know how long. He's a tough kid. He's a wrestler. You know, he's very well put together, tough kid. But getting hit by this West Craven front, don't really care how tough you are, will always take a toll, at least mentally, have you thinking like that. You know, that wasn't no fun. I don't want to do that no more.
Fourth down and 15. Makepeace drops back, throws into the end zone, and incomplete. And the pass was just a little too long for his intended receiver, Anderson.
It was out of the end zone, incomplete.
Yeah, I do think he had which is a very fun matchup. He had a step on DJ. You know, both of them very athletic. He had a step on DJ, but if the ball could have been put through the back pylon, he was able to kind of fade up under that ball like you kind of want to happen in the goal line, give him a chance. But he was too close to the end line and kind of ran out of real estate right there.
2:27 to go. Eagles now take over on offense. Scoreless. And it's a very limited schedule tonight. Most of the teams in Eastern North Carolina on a bye week tonight.
Very strange.
It is strange. But everybody in the Three Rivers Conference is in action tonight. And Dixon on a short carry there, maybe a yard, up to the 19-yard line. I know you were talking about this on your show, that seeing Dixon come in and play running back, but the benefit has been DiNapoli going over and playing that Sam linebacker. He's really made an impact on that side of the football.
It's just an athletic kid that can cover and come up and make tackles, and that's all you really want as a Sam linebacker. You know, he's a Sam linebacker by the letter beside his name in the depth chart. He's also a strong safety body. Anytime you get a kid that we call tweeners, half safety, half linebacker, to come in there and play like he has been playing this year, it's a very good thing to see for this West Craven defense moving forward in the conference.
Eagles will set trips to the near side. Davis will roll out on the far side, and it is intercepted. Payne. It is intercepted, actually. Yep, that's what we thought.
Intercepted by the Pampacks number 1, Karen Payne.
And so Payne is one of those guys, again, a great athlete on both sides of the ball. He's such a good receiver. And he played that pass as if he were the receiver and stepped up and made it. And so when you're playing a guy like that, when you're a receiver, you've got to be a little more aggressive at going after the football.
Yeah, and they were in like a cover 3 look right there, and Payne's the free safety in the middle of the field, and there was nothing really pushing him deep, so he was able to kind of set his feet and hang out around that 10 to 12 yard mark, and that out route came. He read DJ's eyes and his what we call the barrel of the quarterback, which is that front shoulder. Where that front shoulder goes, he's going to throw it unless you're Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen. And he read it and had a beautiful break on it and cut the route or broke up underneath the route and got his hands on it and got it stayed in bounds along the maintained possession. So a great play as a former DB guy to see that.
Handoff. A little delayed, but it's going to get about a yard, maybe 2.
Khalid Small, number 9.
And Washington in this particular situation has got to, again, they've had now back-to-back opportunities where turnover on downs on a fake or on a 4th down. And now this turnover where, again, they're starting deep inside Eagle territory. So far, no points to show.
Second down,
this is their 3rd trip
for Washington.
Inside the 30 for Washington. And still, this bend but don't break, who don't normally bend type defense. But you look out there and they've got DJ at safety and all their kids in right now. So hopefully they can get a stop and get the ball back and get something going on offense.
48 seconds left to go in our opening quarter. Handoff past the 25. We're going to get a couple of flags. Now, I think this is a holding call.
That's what it looked like.
Yeah, but
79.
Made by number 44,
looking at that play, number 44, the backside defensive end. Relentless pursuit. He come off the ball. If it's me, I would like for him to check for the quarterback boot a little longer, but he did give a little bit of a stutter to make sure it was a handoff. It was a clear handoff, a little delayed. McPeak showed the ball, gave it off, and he got flat right now and was able to take it to angle and make the tackle right around the line of scrimmage, which is very impressive for a kid that size.
Second down and about 17.
Wow, Havelock is leading Croatan. If I'm getting that score right, 37-23.
But yeah, you got to think that's Croatan. I talked about it on my show. That's Croatan's first real test.
That is.
And that is a test. I talked to Coach Lee and
Thomas on the carry there. I'll let you finish this thought on the other side of the break. I think we're going to get to the end of the first quarter here, 19 seconds. But we can come back and talk about that Havelock game, and I'll check the score again. But looks like Havelock is leading that. We're scoreless here, and it looks like both teams are ready to go. And take a break here. Our first period has come to a close. We are scoreless. Don't go anywhere. Friday Night Football returns right here on 252 Fox Sports Radio.
Jimmy L. Morris and Sons Contractors in Vanceboro, a proud supporter of West Craven Athletics, is building strong foundations for your grading and paving needs. Grading services are designed to provide a stable and level foundation for your construction projects, enhancing drainage, preventing erosion, and preparing your land for successful development. Jimmy L. Morris and Sons offers paving services that combine durability, functionality, and aesthetic appeal. Call 252-670-6749, and let's lay the groundwork for success together.
This is Friday Night Football.
This is Friday Night Football on 252 Fox Sports Radio, 107.5 FM. You can find us on the TuneIn Radio app. You can find us on your Alexa device. Find 252 Fox Sports on Facebook or Friday Night Football on Facebook. And we are scoreless here from Choppy Wagner Stadium. But the score update we have from Croatan is Havelock 37 and Croatan 23. Again, Havelock is the conference favorite when the coaches met earlier in the season, in spite of their inexperience. But right now they are starting to come together and look like a good team, and we'll talk about that. But let's go ahead and get our second quarter action underway here as Washington has the football. And a little reverse. And actually a reverse pass, and they've got a man wide open as it's Payne. And nobody was there to cover him. Wes Craven bit on the reverse, and that gave the Pampack a wide open receiver. Thomas, who got the reverse, and I think, again, Wes Craven committed their defenders started to step up, and
complete to Jaron Payne for the Pampack touchdown.
You would think never leave number one open, right?
Yeah.
Never leave him open.
And it's very unusual to see the same play back to back with a counter to it, right? So they ran the quick toss, reverse, got about 12 yards. They came right back to it. Good time to run at the end of the quarter, quick toss, reverse, pass, and then maybe they saw the safety and the corner trigger on the reverse. So, I look at that two ways. As a defensive coach, I'm telling my kids at the end of this drive, like, hey, look, like, it's early in the second quarter, and we're forcing them into trick plays, end of the half, end of the game type plays. So I still feel pretty good if I'm a coach of the defense over there.
49 seconds remaining in the second quarter. The Pampack 6.
So this gives us a chance to maybe take another break. Well, actually, let's keep it here. Let's talk about this half-block game again, because you were talking about that. And while it may be shocking, because, again, Croatan's gotten off to the unbeaten start, Havelock's had their struggles. But you were just talking about that. Both teams have had a reverse start.
Absolutely.
Croatan has played some opponents that, again, maybe didn't test them as much, whereas Havelock has played a murderer's row of opponents. And now that we're getting into conference play, and we've said this was also probably the biggest game in Croatan's football history, to be able to host Havelock, being undefeated, having some momentum. And again, the game's still a lot of football left to be played, but very interesting to see that score so far.
Yeah, I mean, you look at it and, let's look at Havelock's losses. West Craven, New Bern, Tarboro, J.H. Rose. All four of those teams are playoff teams. All four of those teams have recently gone to the third and fourth round or win a state championship. Swansboro, Southwest Onslow haven't been as strong of late. But, talked to Coach Luton this morning a little bit, and I think they found a quarterback in a freshman, and they're able to kind of get back more towards the spread offense. Which was kind of the
Andrew
quarterback
Foreman,
got hurt, had to go find somebody else. They kind of, I ain't gonna say struck gold, but found at least some silver. And the young kid that could play in the spread and get back to doing what they do and using those athletes all over the field. So I'm not shocked by that. I mean, I'm shocked by the amount of points this early in the game. I'm not shocked by the Havelock having a 2-score lead.
They're in the second quarter there. Short kick going to be picked up by one of the up men, and short return up to close to the 45, we'll say at the 44-yard line. Wes Craven has had only one possession. And if you look at that time of possession, that is going to be something that I'm sure is not going to make the Wes Craven coaches happy, because their offense did not spend a lot of time on the field in the first quarter.
No, they did. And, again, the field position for Washington's offense was tremendous. It's 3 trips inside the 30, 2 of them start inside the 30, and they only come out with 6 points. So West Craven defense is fine. I think the offense is going to find their groove right here.
And whistles. On the play.
Another thing, if this is on West Craven, these pre-snap dead ball penalties. Again, we've seen
prior to the snap.
We've seen it all year long. Is putting it behind the sticks early on, changing the offensive play caller's mind. Because first and 15, your play call is a whole lot different in first and 10. So again, they got to eliminate these penalties, whether it be a third and short penalty or a first and 10 penalty. They get the offense back to doing what it does, and that's getting 5, 6, 7 yards of carry, make it third and manageable.
Davis lines up 2 receivers on each side of a shotgun set. After the penalty, drops back, quick pass, complete to Dixon. Dixon has the original first down marker and then some up to close to midfield. We'll see where they mark him. He stepped out of bounds, it looks like, at the 48-yard line.
Forced out of bounds.
Yeah, and that's something that you might see a lot of, is a little running back swing with this cover 3 style, bail, respect DJ at the same time, running back out of the backfield, kind of get him one-on-one with either a linebacker or somebody they feel like he's probably a little better athlete than, to kind of create some offense here.
10:55 to go. Man in motion is Lee. Fake the handoff to him. Davis is going to keep it himself. Breaks the tackle. Has the first down inside the 40. Still on his feet inside the 30, breaking tackles to the 20, to the 15, 10, 5, touchdown, DJ Davis.
Yeah, and like we said, this jet quarterback power read is what they do. And, you know,
DJ Davis.
Personally, I thought it was going to be a give based on what the defense gave DJ. But again,
there are flags
DJ's a ball player. He wants the ball. We saw that last week at North Pitt.
West Craven.
Well, how about that?
Yeah.
It was still a great play.
Yeah,
Still a great play,
again, that's what West Craven does. Jet quarterback power. All of a sudden,
that's a 10-yard
you play the jet, you play the power too hard.
We
saw it against Havelock. We saw it against North Pitt. We saw it against Farmville. They come right back with quarterback counter, and which is one of my favorite plays is quarterback counter, especially with number 6 with the ball in his hands with blockers out in front. Good news.
Remains second down.
Second and short
now it's
after the penalty.
1 yard to go for the Eagles.
Officials.
Attack 47.
All I'm trying to say is, and I love you, when the block is behind the play, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's also, as a coach,
I know it holds a hold.
You're letting your kid hold it. Like we always taught, when the play is in front of you, don't touch anybody.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just go celebrate. Don't touch a soul.
And I mean, he ran through like 6 tackles, so why did you have to hold anybody?
45-yard line.
First down run here, and now the Eagles will move the chains. They are set up at the Pampac 45-yard line. And so,
you know, my dad was a longtime coach at Pitt County and a pretty calm guy, but you want to see him lose his mind, you get a behind the ball carrier penalty, he will absolutely lose it.
Trips here to the near side. Handoff. Past the 40. Dixon inside the 35. He tries to make a cut, and we're going to get a flag.
Dixon on the carry.
At the end of the play. The Pampac are trying to say it's a turnover, but it looked as if Dixon was down.
Was it a face mask?
I don't know, but I know that ball was very close to coming out before he went down trying to fight for extra yards.
It was. But now the body language based on the Pampac is telling me the penalty's on them.
Yeah.
Because they were saying ball, but if it's a penalty on them, it wouldn't matter if it's a turnover. But we are having a meeting, a huddle. 3 different ones, Pampac huddle, an officials huddle, and the Eagles as well.
Yeah, you see this lightning around you, like that's how you know a referee's blind. He can't see lightning behind the field house. maybe it's just heat lightning.
Again, I think they're hoping they can get this in. Here we go, unsportsmanlike conduct on Washington.
Looking at Coach Pascal, I'm not real sure who it was on. This is the downfall of high school coaches, high school referees not being mic'd up. I would love to know who that was on, because I didn't really see anything kind of egregious or anything.
I didn't either.
But it very well could have been a sideline penalty.
That's true.
19-yard line.
The location of the ball, the demeanor of the coaches, very well could have been a sideline penalty.
So it will mark the ball at the 19-yard line. Eagles in the red zone. 9:58 to go. They'll now line up 3 wide receivers on the left side. Handoff to Cuthbertson. Cuthbertson inside the 15, inside the 10, bounces to the outside, diving for the end zone.
I think he's in there.
Number 18 on the carry.
And they're going to say he stepped out of bounds at the 1-yard line. Cuthbertson is the second leading scorer on the team. Second leading rusher on the team. Behind DJ Davis.
At about the 1-yard line.
You got to look back at that former game where he got carries from almost every position other than quarterback.
First down, goal to go for West
Craven. Good job of the West Craven offensive coaches getting the ball in their playmakers' hands. And like I said, the jet, the running back jet, quarterback power is going to be the bread and butter. I haven't really seen them stop that play yet. So look for them to lean on that in the rest of the game.
First down and goal at the 1-yard line. Davis in an empty set. He'll put Cuthbertson in motion, keep it himself. Davis, touchdown.
Number 6, DJ Davis carries it into the end zone for the Eagle touchdown.
The 2 H-backs in there, the big D linemen there playing offense, and they really put one guy on an island, and you pick your poison. Do you want to try to catch Cuthbertson before he gets 2 yards, or you want to try to tackle DJ Davis before he gets 2 yards? And
And it looked like a 4-lane highway opened up right there.
I think he kind of just decided to sit there and say, I didn't know what I was doing, Coach. Again, a very good play call out of a very tough formation.
Great job by Davis. And then Phil Snyder, one of last week's Stars, kicked 2 field goals last week and now comes on to attempt the extra point. Davis with the hold. The kick is up, and it is. Looks good.
The kick is up and good.
So the Eagles take the lead. Let's take a break. Don't go anywhere. We're 9:42 to go before halftime. You're listening to Friday Night Football on 252 Fox Sports Radio.
At Bowden Car Furniture, we're proud to support our local teams and wish you the best this season. As Eastern Carolina's largest authorized Lazy Boy dealer, we have a huge selection of genuine Lazy Boy recliners, sofas, sleeper sofas, sectionals, and more. Plus, beautiful row furniture. Custom order or take home today. Visit us in Havelock or online at bowdenandcarfurniture.com. Best of luck to all our local teams from Bowden and Car Furniture.
This is Mike Fletcher, head football coach of the West Craven Eagles. Your home for West Craven Sports is 252 Fox Sports Radio 107.5.
This is Friday Night Football.
We'll be kicking off for West Craven.
7-6, West Craven over Washington. 9:42 to go in J.G. Wagner Stadium, but we calls it Choppy Wagner Stadium.
You talk to any old man in the Washington area, they're gonna tell you about Choppy.
There's another reverse return, little end around return there, and Eagles are gonna
12, Justice
stop Jeanette at the 29-yard line, and that's where the Pan-Pac offense will come back out. Tomorrow on 252 Fox Sports Radio, we've got not one, but 2 college football games. And on Sunday, not one, but 2 NFL games. Tomorrow at noon, the Wake Forest Demon Deacons are going to take on former West Craven Eagle Braden Manley and the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. Again, kickoff is set for noon tomorrow. And then tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m., SEC battle between 2 teams you may have heard of, the Alabama Crimson Tide and the Georgia Bulldogs. And then on Sunday, we've got the Commanders and the Falcons at 1 o'clock. Pregame starts at 10. And then Sunday night football, Cowboys and Packers.
Michael Parsons' revenge game.
Yeah.
Khalid Small, number 9.
Small with the carry, and he's going to get about a yard for the Pan-Pac. So now the Pan-Pac, again, have gotten a couple of breaks. They've been able to score. So far, you would say, Brian, Coach Pascal is got to be pleased with how things have gone so far. If you're Washington, this is playing into your hands a little bit.
Yeah, if you're a fan, yeah. But my dad spent many years coaching with Coach Pascal at D.H. Conley, and I can tell you one guy who I don't care how much he's up at. You can watch we call him the old man down on the field. He's got the towel. He's never going to be happy, satisfied. Even when the game's over, great job. Let's shake hands.
There is a sideline warning for West Craven.
Do we have next week's film already? That's kind of the old school ball coach in him right there.
Clock restarts, and it's 2nd down and 9.
Big piece in a pistol formation with an H-back on the right side, 2 wide receivers on that side. Low snap is going to roll out to the left. Now going to tuck it and run, and he's hit. Maybe gets a yard to the 30-yard line to bring up a 3rd and 8.
Yeah, another big shot from behind by Emmanuel Miller. I mean, again,
he's tackled by number 9, Emmanuel Miller.
Perfect storm of events. You're getting chased by number 9 and number 3. I understand you want to get yards, but let's make a business decision. Let's get out of bounds.
Yeah, Miller looks like he's about twice his size, too.
So. Down and 8.
Yeah, I mean, and like I said, Evan made pieces of really well put together athlete. Wrestler by nature, strong kid, lower body, real strong. But, Emmanuel Miller is what you see. It's his motor. Average size for a defensive lineman, 6'2", probably 200 pounds, but his motor and how he doesn't stop. He literally runs through contact.
38 tackles this year and 9.5 sacks for Miller.
Washington.
And we're only 5 games through the season so far, so he's
and he only
on
had
pace.
one of those sacks against New Bern, which was a pretty tough team. So you're looking at 4 games for 8.5, maybe 9. I don't know if he might not have had a sack against New Bern, but let's just say 4 games with 9 sacks. I mean, and I talked about it on my show this week. Is that I'm watching him right now. Coach Chandre Mims, Wes Craven, great, went on to play.
Yes.
Charleston Southern in East Carolina. He never stops working. He grabbed number 12 right there during timeout. Is teaching him work this move. This happens. Somebody who's been there at a very high level. I love watching him on the sidelines at West Craven home games because he never stops coaching, which is hard to find for a young coach who's that much work ethic, who's not worried about the spotlight. So it's great to see. He don't care about having a headset or looking official on the sideline. He just clocks in, goes to work, and clocks out, which is great to see as an older coach, see a younger coach work as hard as he does.
3rd down and 8.
Sounds like the band's playing our rival music tonight. Oh, Makepeace has nowhere to go, and he's going to get sacked.
Yeah, that was
too many white shirts.
I mean, looking at it today, Wes Craven literally brought 8. They said if you're going to come in here and max protect and send 3 receivers, we're going to cover you with 3 DBs. They brought Landon McCarty. They brought the Napoli off the edge. They brought number 12. So, I mean, they brought all 3 linebackers plus a good push by that defensive line. And looking at that group of guys coming at you, it's kind of like, who do you want to try to block?
Number 8 will drop back in punt formation. And back to receive for Wes Craven is number 18.
They might have found their answer to 3rd and long is, okay, we're going to man you up because you ain't going to have time to throw to your deep threat who's really good down the field threat, but we ain't going to give you time to get down the field.
That was a high snap.
High snap, yeah. Makepeace is going to get a short punt off. He's really fortunate to get that. It's going to take a Wes Craven roll, and
look at the big fella working.
High snap, but Evan Makepeace manages
give a
to
shout out to the big man there, number 74.
And down by the Panpack at the 42-yard line. Number 24, Andrew Foreman.
Owen O'Kane
that punt.
with a special teams play there.
It does seem like the defense, after that first drive, kind of figured something out here. That they've really been shutting it down since then.
Your best receiver is a deep threat. He did a really good job down the field. Well,
and the Eagles will take over.
You have to hold the ball for at least 3 to 4 seconds to get the ball downfield. Okay, well, we're not going to give you 3 to 4 seconds. We're going to give you a second and a half.
Yeah, they had him swamped on that play.
Davis fakes the handoff. He's going to run it himself, and he's wrestled down after a pickup of maybe a yard, maybe 2, close to the 40-yard line. We'll say he's just shy at the 39.
Yeah, it looks like, I don't know if the Washington coaches up here are tuned to the podcast or be through the show tonight, but we talked about the quarterback counter later on, and then that kid really, he just sat and waited on the quarterback counter, shuffled through traffic, made a good tackle.
Second down and a long 8.
These coaches watch film too. They know what they're coming. They know they haven't seen quarterback counter yet. We've been through a quarter and a half, and it was bound to happen. Probably this drive, if not sooner.
Handoff, Cuthbertson run around the end, inside the 40, inside the 35, where he's upended. And it looked like he was trying to.
Oh, no, I think he's a little short.
18 on the carry.
Trying to clear the.
Oh, no, they gave it to him.
The defender.
Yeah, Antoine Jones was blocking right there. Number 3 trying to pull it away. He didn't want to get a hold, so he let go. And
number 3
was able to pop up and
gain is down to the 33-yard line.
Put his body on the ball carrier there to stop him short of 1st down.
So a 3rd and short here.
3rd down and 1.
But I think this is probably 4-down territory for the Eagles at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you're in the college or NFL level, this is your take a shot play because you feel like you can get 4th and short.
Just looking for no negative play here. Cuthbertson up the middle, and
he's short.
He is short.
Up the middle is number 18, Xavier Cuthbertson.
And they're going to say no gain on the play.
He was met by the Panpack's number 52, Wyatt Johnson.
And he's definitely, again, not to, Cuthbertson's more of your east-west, they say thunder and lightning sort of He's more of your lightning as opposed to the thunder, but
just inside the 33-yard.
I know those are probably not words I should be using tonight,
right?
But he's definitely a little bit more of the speedy kind of. So when you're talking about running up the middle, I think a lot of times you need a little bit of that lower the shoulder.
Looks like they will measure.
Guy who can squat, a few
this
hundred
looks
pounds.
obviously a yard short. Or did somebody request the measurement?
It probably gives a little time to talk about the fourth down play you got coming up. You request the measurement, knowing what you know is probably gonna be short, that's what you're talking about right now. Then they pull the chains, do a bad job with it. Now you got a first down, you got to worry about it. But that last play, I think the hole was there. I think a little bit too much of a jump cut put him to the back of a guy being stalemated by the Washington defensive line, which allowed, again, these linebackers who, are pretty athletic to get downhill and make contact.
And they're about a yard short.
It's the non-Syracuse / non-Tennessee way to slow down a football game.
Ball resting just inside the 33.
Not that I'm suggesting, but guys, fake injuries. That never happens, Coach, right? Slow down a ball.
Impact fans, make some noise for your defense. Fourth down.
Never heard of
and one.
What is this strange thing that is? 4th and short for the Eagles.
You got to think this ball's going to DJ right here.
I'm going to think so, too. I'm thinking.
You look at Washington, they're almost like a punt return. They got everybody on the line of scrimmage playing press man 0.
And Davis is going to get it. He picks a hole, and he's got plenty of room. And that's, again, good vision.
At the 29-yard
and you just pick your spot. Pick where you find a gap and run through it. And he's the best back for it.
And you look at what Washington tried to do right there. They tried to put everybody on the line of scrimmage. And when I was here at Washington, I learned that the hard way playing Northeastern in the playoffs, you're just giving them an easy down block. So sometimes you want to stay in your base defense and let your linebackers do what they've done all game and just react and flow. So I don't think that's the best answer, is put everybody on the line of scrimmage because you have no second-level player flowing.
Cuthbertson now is going to get a block, bouncing to the outside, has the first down inside the 15, inside the 10, and steps out of bounds.
Such a
Cuthbertson on the carry.
I mean, he
driven out of bounds.
When he turns the corner, he hits a second gear. And I thought number 3 in the corner on the top side of the field had an angle on him, but I mean, he hit another gear. That kid couldn't touch him.
West Craven.
I don't think in all the games we've seen him not make the corner. When he went for that, he made it every time, I think.
Unless it was read very well and there was somebody there. But
if it's just a foot race, he's winning.
I don't think there's many kids, especially in this Three Rivers Conference, that are going to match him foot speed wise.
5:52 to go. Cuthbertson gives the Eagles a first down and then some, right up the middle, right up the gut, inside the 10 and close to the 5-yard line. They're going to say he was down at about the 7-yard line.
That was a direct snap, boy.
That was DJ. I think
that was DJ. Yes.
I think Cuthbertson did the
like he missed the ball.
Either take that or like a
second down and
sometimes
about 2 yards to
tell
go
them
for the
to
Eagles.
sell the pitch and they throw their hands up, and that might pull a linebacker or two out of the way and kind of give you a natural cutback lane.
Davis lines up empty.
I mean, look at this set. You got Caden Seamster. You got Manuel Miller to one side.
Davis hands it off to Cuthbertson, who makes one cut, dives towards the end zone, and it's a touchdown.
And he will carry the ball into the end zone for the touchdown.
So put 6 more on the board for the Eagles.
Yeah, a really high tackle that you don't want to see. And anytime you tackle high like that, you're going to give the ball carrier another yard or 2, sometimes 3. And right there, they got too high. And you're never going to bring a kid down, A, safely tackling high, or B, with a little bit of a knockback. So look for them to kind of bring that down. And nonetheless, good read, good play call, and a good hard run for a tough 4 to 5 yard touchdown run by Cuthbertson right there.
Phil Snyder on to attempt the extra point. Snap is good. The hold is good. The kick is up, and it is good as well. 14-6 our score. We'll take a break. You're listening to Friday Night Football on 252 Fox Sports.
There's nothing quite like the indoor comfort of a Daikin HVAC system. And not everyone can deliver the HVAC expertise and service quite like us, your local Daikin Comfort Pro. We're committed to your heating and cooling needs, whether you're looking for a system checkup or a replacement that fits your lifestyle and budget. Call us, your local Daikin Comfort Pro, today.
Lilly Enterprises HVAC. HVAC specialists for Craven, Beaufort, Pitt, Lenoir, Carteret, and surrounding Eastern NC. Lilly HVAC.
This is Friday Night Football.
West Craven leads Washington 14-6. And Friday Night Football on 252 Fox Sports, which you can hear on 107.5 FM, WWNB 1490 AM. The TuneIn radio app, which is free on your Google or Apple device. Or if you have an Alexa, just ask Alexa to play WWNB, or find 252 Fox Sports on Facebook or Friday Night Football on Facebook.
WYFL coaches, players, and cheerleaders.
I'm Mark Panicelli. Alongside me, Coach Bud Vinson, and life coach Chop Dawdy.
Yeah.
I'm surrounded by coaches.
Get with me.
I might need to, man.
Snyder, a kick that is finally scooped up at about the 15, and a nice return past the 30 to the 34-yard line. Thomas did a great job.
He got a couple of good blocks there, too.
And he'll return it out across the
ball
30.
Between 21's legs. He spun around in circles.
About
Went to the right.
34-yard.
Turned around, came back to the left. You know, pull him up the field. Hey, dude, just calm down. You mean, obviously the return is called to the left. Like, you know, let's just do your job. You know, I heard something today, football-wise.
And that's where the Panpack will
You've
take
got to
over
make
first down and
1/11 of every play, which I thought was a, you know, as a former coach, you love to hear that, you know, do your job, Bill Belichick style, but to put it as a fraction for a construction guy, 1/11 means, you know, 1 of 11. Each one of y'all, if you do 1/11 of your job on that play, you're going to be successful. And that wasn't it.
111. That's finished carpentry right there. That's some sort of angle cut thing.
We work all the way down to the 16th in my shop.
Wow, man.
Yeah, you got to do trig. I'm not into that.
False start the call against the Panpack.
That's what you get here. Construction math. Not for me, though. 459. I only do sports math.
We'll move the ball back to the
14-6 is your score.
It's still first down and 15.
The Eagles have all 3 timeouts, while Washington has 1 remaining before the half. And so far tonight, the Eagles' defense has stiffened up after the Panpack scored first. But Coach Sabdo, an offensive coach here, very good at adjusting his game plan. We're going to get a run here past the 30. So about the 34-yard line. You were talking a little bit about that. If, you know, and I've seen that for many years, Sabdo's experience with Havelock. And again, you've got to be able, if you're going to be a good play caller, you've got to be able to read and react, as we say to players, the same way you call plays. Find out what's working, find out what's not working. And if the defense is going to give you something, Sabdo's not afraid to take it.
Right, you saw it with the back-to-back 2 trick plays and some of the stuff he's called, you know, giving Makepeace a little, sit in the pocket a little bit, but you know, he's also young, and you know, young coaches coach a lot of energy. A lot of times, you got to be able to stay even keel. Never too high, never too low. I was told that by a coach a long time ago, and I kind of live by that as a coach. The older I got, it got a little more exhausting to be as up tempo as, you know, Coach Sabdo is, but it is fun to see him coach with so much energy, you know, with his, you know, great football background he has.
Of course, it's not as if, again, West Craven, of course, also, I think one of the strengths of their coach, especially on both sides when you're calling defense or you're calling offense, I think 2 of the best at doing that on the sidelines on the West Craven sideline.
Oh, yeah, 100%, you know. And Coach Twitch was one of those guys who can
for West Craven.
Call both sides by himself the whole game if he need to. You know, I mean, he's kind of built a culture in there where he has guys call it for him and they trust him and they believe in his system. But, you know, for me, he's been a big part of my life in my coaching career of learning defense. He's one I've always called when I have questions, thoughts, concerns, I want to learn something. You know, Coach Twitch was probably is my first call defensively. And now that he's flipped over to the offensive side of the ball a little more heavy, you can kind of see it in the way he approaches the game.
Let's give him a hand. Christian.
We're going to run the clock. We're going to run the ball. We're going to take what you give us, but we're also going to give our defense, you know, a little blow. You know, some coaches on offense have never coached defense. You saw the ECU last night, tempo, and also the defensive line or defense comes off the field and might get a shot of Gatorade for you got to turn around and go right back because, you know, people are playing so fast and up tempo, which, you know, might work, but I think at 3A ball, he's found a good tempo where he can go up tempo. He can also slow it down and work the clock like he has in previous games this year.
Handoff. And a Nice run up past the 40 to the 45-yard line. Flags coming at the end. Thomas was the ball carrier, and he has the first down, but this penalty is going to be interesting, and it may be a face mask, yes.
Number 9, Emmanuel Miller of West Craven.
But a really good move to make Caden Simpson, who had him dead to right in the backfield. A little start-stop, jump cut. And then that shows you what an athlete he is, where he jump started in a jump cut, and then as soon as his feet hit the ground, he was full speed vertical, which is a lot like Culbertson does. So a lot of similarities there.
West Craven. 15-yard penalty.
I think this is a big drive for the confidence of this Pan Pack offense, where they haven't really been in too many games this year. If they can score before half and go in, tied or down by 1 or 2 at the worst, that does a lot for confidence for a team who has good players, but hasn't really been in a game this long.
Pistol formation. Makepeace gets the snap, drops back, quick throw, throwing into double coverage, and it's knocked away. It was an opportunity for the Eagles to come up with an interception, but
I think everybody had their hands on the ball, and nobody could catch it.
Broken up.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the freshman.
18, Xavier Cuthbertson of West Craven.
I think that's the freshman.
Stops the clock with 3 minutes, 11 seconds to go.
And that's a play that I told my DBs back in the day when they were freshmen starting on March. The first time you're going to break it up, and then you might catch it or drop it. But as a freshman, in 2 years or maybe a year, as athletic as he is, that's going to be a for sure interception. The more comfortable he gets with running and leaving the ground at high point in the football. So, that's something to build on right there.
Oh my goodness, a handoff and nowhere to go. Malik Small is met as soon as he gets the handoff, and he is dropped for a loss on the play.
It was like 5 yards.
Yeah, and that kind of counter misdirection, hand one way, turn hand the other way. What they're doing is they're allowing this West Craven defense, who on film has showed the ability to get upfield too far. We saw Newburn take advantage of it, but let the D-line get upfield. We're going to put our foot in the ground and get up under them. And it's worked, but, good job by that coaching staff of flattening out the path of the defensive ends who are coming unblocked and watching, hope they get upfield so they can get underneath of them right there. You can tell they've been coached, hey, flatten your path out, make them run to you, and you get a 5-yard loss.
2:24 to go, clock moving. 3rd down and 15. Ball spotted at the Eagle 43-yard line. Makepeace gets the snap, quick throw, and hits his receiver, who tries to cut back up the middle, and there's nowhere to go. Yeah, he's trying to make a play, but he'd have been better off just dropping as soon as he made the catch, where he would have gotten to the original line of scrimmage. However,
West Craven.
His cutback got him
timeout called by the
dropped
Eagles.
for only about a pickup of about 2, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Have 2 timeouts.
Yeah, he was about 3 to 4 yards from that offensive line.
It's coming up,
getting to the next level, creating almost like a second level screen. Like it wasn't a screen, it wasn't called screen, but what it was an offensive line trying to get downfield and block for a guy who had the ball in his hands, and he was 3 to 4 yards from those blocks developing and turning it into almost like a screenplay. But again, good pursuit by the West Craven defense to kind of stop that in its tracks.
You'd have to think that Washington would punt this, right, and try to pin them deep.
I mean, you would think, but at the same time, you made West Craven drive the field, eat up some clock. West Craven hasn't really been getting
big plays,
hit plays. So if it,
coming out of the timeout,
it's not me. I love the radio because I can say this and it doesn't matter.
At about the
but if it's me,
line of
I would try to get 5 to 7 yards and then take another shot with 2 minutes ago because again, you haven't been in games this close with a team like the caliber of West Craven. So I mean, you're kind of playing with house money, but here they are going to punt.
Yep, and
Makepeace, I think, was thinking about punting and then thought about something else, and then he ran out of time to think.
It doesn't matter what he would have done because if he would have thrown the ball, the center of the long snapper is downfield, so it wouldn't have done anything because you had a lineman downfield. And that's just some things that high school kids don't always know, or some high school coaches don't think about to teach. But again, if the long snapper stays in, 90% of the time you've got a punt fake coming. When he's downfield and free releasing, it can't be a fake. Unless it could be a run play, but with him trying to throw the ball, he couldn't throw it right there.
Davis hands this off to Cuthbertson, and I believe we're going to get a holding penalty.
18, Cuthbertson scrambling in the backfield.
I think
to the right side and driven out of
was
bounds.
right at about the 50,
the
right around the hash mark at the 50 on the home sideline.
Holding the preliminary indication.
You could see the way Cuthbertson was trying to wait for a hole to open up, and unfortunately it was an illegal hole because you can't hold. And
be a 10-yard penalty.
That penalty was unfortunate, and to the gate a pretty big play. But a bigger thing of that play that I saw was their best defender, number 9, Khalid Small, had him in the backfield and missed him, which is normal for somebody trying to tackle Cuthbertson in the open field. But he quit on the play.
Yeah, it looked like he stopped.
That for me, as a defensive coach, would infuriate me. And this shows you either A, he's tired, or B, I think he's tired. But again, you don't want to see a kid quit when you're down 14-6 with a minute and a half to go in the first half. Like, that's got to be addressed early and quickly.
Yeah, it's not 30-6.
Right.
Still a one-possession game. Davis on an empty set, drops back, looking to throw, has plenty of time, and he throws, and it is complete inside the 40 to the 36-yard line. He hits Cuthbertson.
And it's complete to number 18, Xavier
and Davis
Cuthbertson.
will move the sticks. Clock will stop momentarily.
Great play call, kind of getting
35-yard
in this cover 3, kind of getting 2 guys through the zone and throw to the second guy on that sideline route. They hung in the air for a while. You saw Collins look at the ball, look at the defender, look at the ball, look at the defender. Both of them turned to a basketball jump ball rebound, but it was a great job going up and getting it in high point.
He was all alone when the ball went in the air, but it did hang a long time.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, you run the first route. Take the
Timeout.
safety in the corner.
That's their
You
third
run
and
the
final
second
timeout.
wheel tight route or your vertical route, kind of take the next defender. Then there's nobody left to cover that first or third or second or third outside the hash. I call it number sides route to the sideline. There was nobody there. It's a great play call, great play design, especially when you got a team sitting in either man free or cover 3 because they got the middle of the field is what they call closed. You got one defender in the middle of the field, one high safety. A lot of offensive coaches say, okay, middle of the field's closed. Here's a set of plays I can run, whether it's man or cover 3. When there are 2 high safeties, you're going to say the middle of the field's open. So that gives me these lists of plays, whether they're in 2-man or zone. So a good job of attacking the middle of the field close there with multiple outside the number style routes.
1:05 to go here before halftime, and the Pan Pac took their last timeout of the half. Eagles still have all 3 timeouts remaining.
That, again, could be that the players are just tired. I mean, they are,
I mean, Nine's got half the carries. Every snap on defense. I mean, that's a lot of snaps
for the Eagles
in 2 quarters.
At the Pan Pac 35.
2 positions that take a lot of contact in linebacker and running back.
Eagles will go 5 wide with an empty set. Davis drops back, looking to throw into the end zone. He's looking for Jeremiah Lee, but he overthrows him, and that's pretty good coverage.
Yeah, I think the coverage slowed him up, which was good. I mean, that was good coverage.
Number,
it was intended for Jeremiah Lee, number 10.
Put that ball, we talked about it before, a little bit more of a 3 ball, a little bit more air under it.
And now the Eagles have second down and 10.
Obviously a much bigger receiver in that corner, a chance to go and make a play. Just give him a chance.
59.9 seconds. Eagles waiting for the play. And again, may have to call a timeout depending on the play clock. We don't have one on the field, so just got to look and see the official and see when he starts counting. So far, so good. Empty set again. Davis this time going to run it past the 30. Still on his feet inside the 25. Davis cuts to the outside inside the 10 to the 5 and dives towards the end zone, but he's going to step out of bounds just shy at the 2-yard line. Davis calls his own number.
Yeah, that was a great play call. You caught Washington in man free. Everybody was manned up. They got 4 receivers. You don't have to block. You can just run your route. And you can pull those outside linebackers out of the play. And then that leaves it up to the only one who can see the play, which is the free safety, Jared Payne, who's not the most physical guy. And you saw right there where he didn't really want no part of DJ. And DJ knew that and took it to him to get that extra 4 to 5 yards.
Oh. Eagles now will line up Another empty set. The tight formation. Cuthbertson in motion. Davis right up the middle. Touchdown.
Yeah, wide open.
On a keeper for touchdown, 2-yard run.
Yeah, you've seen. I love that set. Two H's, tight end set, tight set, and you've seen all three plays. You're probably going to see of that, which is power. We saw DJ score on one. Jet on the other one. Then right there, he came back. They pulled two, and they took the numbers. Everybody lined up overload to the 2H side. They had just enough people. We call it even on the backside. Then they pulled two, so that made West Craven +2 players to the weak side. It was an easy walk-in touchdown for DJ. Good play call.
Snyder lines up for the extra point. It is up, and this is a good one.
PAT by Phil
Gets a hold of that one, and it's no good. It's a nice kick. But hold on, we've got flags.
Roughing the kicker, I think is what you're going to get.
So Snyder might get a second opportunity.
20. Tampac 6.
I'll tell you,
or not. Let's see.
He's a kid watching him kick for the last, 5 weeks, 6 weeks. He's gotten better every game. Early on, he was missing extra points, and you didn't think he was going to give a field goal try. He hits 2 in a game winner last week, and he's drilled all 3 this week. So he's a guy that's getting better and better every week, which is good to have as you go into conference and hopefully into the playoffs.
And
he's going to get another
kick. He is going to get another shot at this.
The penalty goes against the Pampac on the PAT attempt.
I knew not to go to commercial break.
That'll move the ball half the distance to the goal.
So
and we will
Snyder will get another opportunity to add this extra point. And yeah, Coach Twitchell was talking about that. The fact that Snyder, it's a weapon. High school football, if you can get a guy who can kick extra points, if you get a guy who can give you 3 points, it is unbelievable, especially when you get in the red zone, and that's the best part, getting better each and every week, and that's what you want to see with every player, not just your kicker, but certainly every player.
Yeah, points by any means is a big deal, especially with a defense
and it looks like the Eagles will go for 2.
Zip ties are pretty strong.
Well, I think our weather has arrived right here before halftime, as the 2-point conversion is good.
For the 2-point conversion to Xavier Cuthbertson.
And we're going to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere.
22-6 your score with West Craven out in front.
2-point conversion. We'll make it 22-6. And you're listening to Friday Night Football on 252 Fox Sports Radio.
Our experience, dedication to excellence, and project site cooperation set Bryn Glass apart from other glazing contractors. In business since 1989, Bryn Glass strives to provide a professional and pleasurable experience throughout the construction process. We invite you to visit our commercial gallery for an overview of our completed projects. The homeowner is the sole focus of our residential division. Through extensive conversation and planning sessions, we come to understand the look and feel a homeowner's desires. Our mirrors are all cut to fit the area, and we offer several edgework custom options for you. Our shower enclosures are all custom designed and fabricated to fit each application. There are numerous glass and metal surrounds for the shower of your dreams. As a finishing touch, we offer a wide variety of bath accessories. Call 252-637-4996 for Bryn Glass, a proud supporter of West Craven Athletics.
And we are back a little earlier than we anticipated, as I think the officials are trying to get this thing into halftime before this weather comes in, as the wind has picked up here at the roof level atop the press box at Choppy Wagner Stadium.
Never been up here all my years.
And we have 40.2 seconds. So if you're just tuning in, by the way, we did miss the kickoff, which the Pampac returned into Eagles territory.
Yeah, it's harder.
And you add that to a personal foul by the Eagles is going to put 15 more yards at the end of that return, and it's going to set the Pampac up inside the 35-yard line at the 33-yard line. So no timeouts,
33-yard line,
but great field position.
I think that's a big deal with no timeouts, 40 seconds, especially when you can push the ball downfield, but if you get a sack, it's pretty much going to be over. You might get one more play off of that.
Makepeace hit
Nobody
as he was throwing the football, and it's incomplete.
Intended for number 11.
A guy like Coach Sado, who's played quarterback and coached offense for a long time.
Brings up second down for the back, stops the clock with 36 seconds.
He's probably telling Evan, hey, look, dude, catch it and throw it. You don't have a whole lot of time to sit back there, A, pressure-wise, or B, clock-wise, so you really have to get it in, get it out. All one-step reads. And if he does hit like a 4 or 5-step read, it's probably going to be a go ball, so you got two really good safeties back there protecting the end zone.
Makepeace in a shotgun formation, 3 wide receivers to the near side, a lone receiver to the far side, man in motion. And this pass is overthrown. It was trying to hit a touch pass.
Pass is incomplete. It was intended for number 0, Anderson.
Overthrew by, I'd say, an arm length or so, maybe a hand length.
Not a bad play call. Send everybody vertical, put your best athlete across the field where normally it's an easy pass, easy completion. He had a little more room to run. Probably, if he would have caught it, probably would have put them inside the 20 with probably about 30 or, about 20 seconds to go in the game, or in the half, excuse me.
3rd down. Pampack, same formation here as before. The Eagles have 2 safeties drop deep. Corners are up at the line. Makepeace gets the snap. He's looking to throw into the end zone, and it's incomplete.
Evan Makepeace
was throwing to a spot, and it was looking for Payne, but
he was double covered.
So the ball is incomplete down around the end zone.
I mean, he has an idea. He doesn't have a whole lot of time. He knows the deep route's coming. He knows he's probably going to take a shot.
Now the Pack
I think he rushed that throw a little bit. His arm angle was kind of off from what it normally is for that corner route right there. But again, we talked about earlier in the half, like that pressure, getting hit. Physically, he might be fine, but mentally, it's going to wear on you as a quarterback, especially when you know you got to sit in the pocket and allow for a route to get 35, 25 yards downfield. That's a long time. No matter how fast your receivers are with a defensive line like Wes Craven has.
Well, he had to make an adjustment on a back shoulder, too, which could have had some contact. Anyways, here we go.
Oh, they're coming.
Roll out. Makepeace. Throwing right back into the end zone, and he's trying to just throw it away. He was throwing it in the direction of Payne, but
incomplete in the end zone.
I don't think he was really trying to hit it.
And if I'm Wes Craven, I know there's only 20 seconds left, but you got to think all the athletes for Washington just got done running probably 3 straight 40-yard dashes.
Yeah.
So you look at it, you're not going to see number 1. You're not going to see number 0. So you're going to have some backups in. I think this is where you put Cumberson in the slot, and you look at you see these kids haven't played a whole lot, so take your shot, stretch the field with your athletes right here.
And you have 2 timeouts, so. But.
Oh well. Okay.
Look at that. That's what we know. David Davis takes a knee
down.
And the Eagles are content to just take this 22-6 lead into the halftime break.
And that's Coach Twitchell just having a,
Fans, that'll be the end of the first half. Your halftime score,
not a running up
Craven
mindset.
22,
he might not have wanted
to,
with the wind blowing, kind of put the ball in the air like that. So
that's true. Well, I know what we need to do. We're going to check the weather. We'll take a commercial break, and let's find out what Mother Nature's got going on, and we'll come back. Our score, 22-6. Wes Craven leads Washington, and you're listening to Friday Night Football on 252 Fox Sports Radio 107.5.
Jimmy L. Morris and Sons Contractors in Vanceboro, a proud supporter of West Craven Athletics, is building strong foundations for your grading and paving needs. Grading services are designed to provide a stable and level foundation for your construction projects, enhancing drainage, preventing erosion, and preparing your land for successful development. Jimmy L. Morris and Sons offers paving services that combine durability, functionality, and aesthetic appeal. Call 252-670-6749, and let's lay the groundwork for success together.
At Bowden & Car Furniture, we're proud to support our local teams and wish you the best this season. As Eastern Carolina's largest authorized Lazy Boy dealer, we have a huge selection of genuine Lazy Boy recliners, sofas, sleeper sofas, sectionals, and more. Plus, beautiful row furniture. Custom order or take home today. Visit us in Havelock or online at bowdenandcarfurniture.com. Best of luck to all our local teams from Bowden & Car Furniture.
The goal of Atlantic Logging is to offer each of our customers a professional logging operation and top dollar for their timber. In short, you should have a peace of mind knowing that your timberland is contracted to be harvested with an extraordinary, well-trained, experienced, and dedicated logging company to get the job done in a time-efficient manner with precision and professionalism. Call 252-229-9997. Atlantic Logging is a proud supporter of West Craven Athletics.
Our experience, dedication to excellence, and project site cooperation set Bryn Glass apart from other glazing contractors. In business since 1989, Bryn Glass strives to provide a professional and pleasurable experience throughout the construction process. We invite you to visit our commercial gallery for an overview of our completed projects. The homeowner is the sole focus of our residential division. Through extensive conversation and planning sessions, we come to understand the look and feel a homeowner's desires. Our mirrors are all cut to fit the area, and we offer several edgework custom options for you. Our shower enclosures are all custom designed and fabricated to fit each application. There are numerous glass and metal surrounds for the shower of your dreams. As a finishing touch, we offer a wide variety of bath accessories. Call 252-637-4996 for Bryn Glass, a proud supporter of West Craven Athletics.
Have you had a review of your insurance policies recently? Hi, I'm Jim Robinson with Robinson & Stith Insurance. At Robinson & Stith Insurance, we understand the hard work that goes into securing your assets. Whether it is your home, car, business, or boat, you need insurance to protect your hard work. Robinson & Stith Insurance has been serving Eastern North Carolina's insurance needs since 1905. We believe it is not just the policy that serves you, but also the people. Our no voicemail policy means that whenever you call our office, you will speak to a live person who will be happy to help you. Our dedicated team of professionals is here to help and will be happy to provide no obligation reviews of your insurance coverages. Stop by and see us at 513 Pollock Street. Give us a call at 633-1174, 633-1174. Robinson & Stith Insurance, complete insurance since 1905. We want to earn your business.
This is David Fernandez, Athletic Director of the West Craven Eagles. Your home for West Craven Sports is 252 Fox Sports Radio 107.5 FM.
Friday Night Football on 252 Radio is brought to you by all these great sponsors. Robinson & Stith Insurance, Bowden and Parr Furniture, Jimmy L. Morris and Sons Contractors, Atlantic Logging, Lilly Enterprises HVAC, and Bryn Glass.
The halftime score from Choppy Wagner Stadium, or should I say Windy Wagner Stadium. Yeah. It is 22-6 West Craven on top of the Pan Pack of Washington. I'm Mark Panichelli, alongside me, the coach Bud Benson and Chop Doughty, and we've had pretty busy first half. We've had Washington jumping out to an early 6-0 lead on nice little trick play coming out of the quarter break, which I think is a good time to call one of those sort of plays. But then after that, West Craven responded well, and they've reeled off 22 unanswered points to take a 22-6 lead at halftime. We thought maybe West Craven, with a little bit of time left on the clock, would perhaps try to score late with 2 timeouts. Instead, DJ Davis took a knee, and the Eagles decided to wait till halftime. Now, to update you on what the weather is,
their head coach is
we don't know. It appears we have some weather around us. It may get to us. It may split. It's a very small cell, so we've really been fortunate. What we've got to hope, again, is that we can dodge this little system, which right now we'll wait. But a man who's got some experience, I wanted to tap in because you were telling us some weather information about the river, right? Yeah. And this is, by the way, the Pan Pack, which has a wolf. It's like the wolf pack. However, the Pam is for the Pamlico River. It's it is named after that. But you're telling me storms and the river, it's a sort of interesting thing when you see these storms come across the river, might be a benefit to us.
Yeah, so I mean, the years I've been here under Perry Owens, it was, I remember sitting in class and texting him like, hey dude, like, you seen the radar? He's like, don't worry about it, the river will take care of it. I never knew what he meant, but literally to me, I've seen the river split storms, and it'll be coming down in Chocowinity, and we're sitting here in the sunny skies practicing football on the practice field. And you talk about the Pan Pack, the name. It depends on who you talk to, but you know, my father-in-law, all my in-laws are Pan Pack graduates from all the way from the 70s all the way up to my wife graduated, I think, in 08, 09. But it's the Pan Pack is the Pamlico Packaging Company that
that's right.
Either paid for the school or something like that. Yeah. I know if I don't get it right and she's listening, I'm walking through the house tonight. She's
Send
in the couch like, I've told you.
Yeah. Send him a text. So sort of similar to the Acme Packers, which are from Green Bay, Wisconsin, and that's where the Green Bay Packers got their name. So there you go.
I could probably walk through the crowd and find a couple of older guys who come up here and give you a
history
45-minute story. Yeah,
absolutely.
Sit down and buckle up.
Absolutely. Well, let's update you on some other scores, including the Havelock Rams, who lead Croatan 45-23. And we found out that Havelock actually jumped out to a big lead. Croatan was able to cut into that lead, but it looks like Havelock's pushed that points total, and again up to a 22-point lead, a 3-score deficit, as Croatan has gotten off to an undefeated start. But right now, Havelock is looking to make it 2 in a row.
I mean, and that's why you schedule your non-conference the way you do, right? So, and no disrespect to Southwest Onslow, I got some friends that coach there, or Swansboro, or any of those schools, East Carteret, but none of those schools I just named are simply Havelock. I mean, Havelock has they still have kids. You know, they try to find their identity in the offense. Defense was very good, as we saw week 1. They tried to find a quarterback, and I think they might have either a 2-quarterback system. Coach Wooten told them they were both playing really well, so I'm guessing they both kind of have their roles in that Havelock Ram offense. But with a freshman having so much play time and control at quarterback at a school like high school like Havelock, you really think that the future might be brighter than it was in the non-conference. But again, lost to West Craven 7-0 off a botched punch snap. Played New Bern tough till the end. Tarboro played them really tough till the end. So they played 3 teams who I firmly feel are going to be deep run playoff contenders. So, and some people say, hey, no, I'm going to go play these 4 schools in non-conference and get 4 guaranteed wins. And some people have the opposite, and they're going to travel and they're going to play tough competition, because in the playoffs you have to travel and play tough competition. When I was here at Washington, Perry Owens, the head coach, took us to Northampton County on a Tuesday night, first flight at Nags Head on a Friday night. We played all over. I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, we're going to travel to the playoffs. We're going to learn how to travel. We're going to learn how to win. We're going to learn how to do all the things before the game. Because as a high school coach, you know that anything outside an hour and a half, your kids get a little tired. They might say it's a weird feeling when you have a long road trip on a school bus and you get off, got to go play a football game. So it's a very weird feeling. So, kudos to the Havelock coaches for scheduling that tough non-conference schedule. That's really going to, I think, pay off in the long run for them.
Well, the other 2 games in the Three Rivers Conference tonight, of course, West Craven leading Washington 22-6. I don't have a score yet for Eastern Wayne, who's taking on North Lenoir. And Eastern Wayne is going to be a heavy favorite in that contest. But the North Johnston-North Pitt game, which North Johnston got off to the 1-0 start, North Pitt fell just short. That game is tied up at 14 apiece heading towards the halftime break. Southwest Edgecombe is in action tonight, but in a non-conference game against Wilson Prep, they also got off to a 1-0 start to start the year. Most of the area teams are off for this week, including the Big Carolina Conference, where the New Bern Bears and Jacksonville Cardinals are squaring off next week in a really big showdown. I think J.H. Rose and South Central square off next week. D.H. Conley is off as well this week. So all of the teams, for the most part in that conference, and then you look at again, I was talking to Brian North about this. He said there's about 45 or so schools that they cover, and tonight only, about half that, half the amount of, or 45 games, where tonight we're going to get only about half of that number. So another score update, by the way, Northside Jacksonville, 21-3 over Richlands tonight. And Swansboro leads West Carteret 15-12 after West Carteret's 67-point performance, I believe, last week against Dixon.
Yeah, I mean, and I think back to the bye week this week, when you look at conferences that are loaded like the Big Carolina with Jacksonville, Newbern, Conley, South Central, Rose, White Oak, and then, conferences with Kinston, Ayden, Grifton, Tarboro, all those schools, like, it's a good idea to kind of either get healthy with some injuries or get an extra week of practice if you want to change something up, because no matter what you do in the non-conference, if you come out and win your conference, you're going to go to the playoffs. So I kind of like that idea. A lot of times where I've been coaching, our bye week has been right before the last game to kind of, you're going to have more bumps and bruises and injuries. So get everybody healthy for the last game and hopefully for the playoffs. So, but I do like the idea. I think a lot of coaches, once they saw their conference, when these 8 conferences came out, they're like, hey, we need to get our bye week here and kind of separate the season. You got non-conference, you got conference, you got playoffs. Those are the 3 seasons within one season. So, not a bad idea to separate the seasons.
Well, we're going to do this. Take a break. 2:27 or so, it looks like, before we get the second half underway. So you folks stay right here. And when we come back, second half action from Washington. Or as we say in East North Carolina, Little Washington. Come right back. Pam Pat, trailing the Eagles 22-6. You're listening to Friday Night Football on 252 Fox Sports Radio.
This is Mike Twitchell, head football coach of the West Craven Eagles. Your home for West Craven sports is 252 Fox Sports Radio 107.5.
As a Daikin dealer, I have the solutions you need for total home comfort. So if you want the chill of the Rocky Mountain air in your bedroom for summer, you can. Or if you prefer the warmth of the California sun this winter, that's no problem either. And if you simply desire that just right feeling of the New England coast, well, it's home comfort you decide. Daikin, perfecting the air we share.
Lilly Enterprises HVAC. HVAC specialists for Craven, Beaufort, Pitt, Lenoir, Carteret, and surrounding Eastern NC. Lilly HVAC.
Jimmy L. Morris and Sons Contractors in Vanceboro, a proud supporter of West Craven Athletics, is building strong foundations for your grading and paving needs. Grading services are designed to provide a stable and level foundation for your construction projects, enhancing drainage, preventing erosion, and preparing your land for successful development. Jimmy L. Morris and Sons offers paving services that combine durability, functionality, and aesthetic appeal. Call 252-670-6749, and let's lay the groundwork for success together.
At Bowden & Car Furniture, we're proud to support our local teams and wish you the best this season. As Eastern Carolina's largest authorized Lazy Boy dealer, we have a huge selection of genuine Lazy Boy recliners, sofas, sleeper sofas, sectionals, and more. Plus, beautiful row furniture. Custom order or take home today. Visit us in Havelock or online at bowdenandcarfurniture.com. Best of luck to all our local teams from Bowden & Car Furniture.
The goal of Atlantic Logging is to offer each of our customers a professional logging operation and top dollar for their timber. In short, you should have a peace of mind knowing that your timberland is contracted to be harvested with an extraordinary, well-trained, experienced, and dedicated logging company to get the job done in a time-efficient manner with precision and professionalism. Call 252-229-9997. Atlantic Logging is a proud supporter of West Craven Athletics.
Our experience, dedication to excellence, and project site cooperation set Bryn Glass apart from other glazing contractors. In business since 1989, Bryn Glass strives to provide a professional and pleasurable experience throughout the construction process. We invite you to visit our commercial gallery for an overview of our completed projects. The homeowner is the sole focus of our residential division. Through extensive conversation and planning sessions,
This is Friday Night Football.
We're back for second half action, and West Craven has the ball to start the second half. A return up to about the 34-yard line. Welcome to second half action here from Washington as Eagles lead at 22-6 if you're just tuning in.
With a special teams tackle for the Pack.
So far tonight,
34-yard line, 1st and 10, West Craven.
The Eagles, after a slow start, have gotten a little better offensively, been able to move the football, and it's really been spawned by DJ Davis's leadership running the football tonight.
Yeah, I expect that to continue in the second half right here.
He's going to hand it off to Dixon. Dixon close to the 40-yard line.
Dixon, number 14, junior running back.
And I say it because looking at the team come
the
off the sideline, there wasn't
line.
a whole lot of energy coming out of that
the 39-yard line,
Pan Pack Fieldhouse. And you never want to see that as a coach when you're only down 2 scores to kind of come out with no energy. So, yeah, I don't really know what's going on, but I know the sideline looks like it's a whole lot worse than what it really is.
2nd and 5. Clock moving, 11:22 to go. Fake the jet sweep. Davis is hit
DJ
at
Davis
about the 43-yard line, about a yard shy of the first down marker. And he was stood up right there.
Yeah, that was number 9, Khalid Small, and that's what I was talking about. That's what I remember when he came in as a freshman, just a solid physical tackler. You saw it right there when he's able to stick DJ, stand up, run his feet, and get a little knockback and prevent him from getting the first down.
Rain starting to fall a little bit here at Choppy Wagner. Here in the third quarter, wind picking up. Eagles on offense. Fake the handoff to Dixon. Davis gonna keep it himself. Has the first down to midfield and inside Pan Pack territory where he's dropped at the 49.
Yeah, literally made a kid fall. And then good job by Andrew Thomas falling off of his coverage responsibility and wrapping up DJ and getting him on the ground, but not before he was able to make somebody look silly and then pick up a first down.
First and 10.
Not a heavy rain.
No, but
consistent, maybe little.
If it was snow, we call it a dusting.
A dusting. There you go. That's a good. First down and 10. Ball spot at the 49-yard line of the Pan Pack. Eagles with the football. Handoff to Dixon. Dixon right up the middle of the offensive line to about the 46-yard line.
Yeah, but what this rain is, it's just enough. The type of grass and is how high it is on the field when I was on the field earlier. It's just enough to make this grass a little slippery and a little dangerous for all the starting and stopping you're going to see.
Eagles 2nd and 7, we'll say. 2 wide receivers on each side of the set. Davis fakes the handoff, drops back to throw. He's looking, he's got a man, but it's incomplete. Looks like he was looking for
intended for
Xavier Cuthbertson. Cuthbertson, I think, was thinking he was being held on the play, but
yeah, what it looked like was that route was supposed to go, ball was supposed to go inside the hash, and the Washington defender, Anderson Thomas, didn't allow him to cross his face, turn the guy in phase, and really kept him from getting across the hash.
Yeah, he just got position on him, and he couldn't make his cut.
Clock stops at 9:26 to go. 3rd down and 7. Davis. Shotgun formation. Dixon lines up on his right side. 2 wide receivers on each side. He'll put a man in motion, and Davis will keep it himself right around the left tackle and picks up about 3.
Yeah, quarterback counter. They're bringing on the. I don't know if they're going to. They're bringing on the kid who does punt, but he also is their tight end in their heavy package. And with a receiver going off and nobody else leaving, I think they're going to go for it right here.
Make some noise, fans. It's 4th and 3.
A lot of the Washington folks did clear out when the rain started.
Yeah, it was, like I said, it's a smaller crowd than I thought it was going to be, or I'm used to for a Washington West Craven game.
I would bet you weather probably played a little bit into that tonight. Expected rain was supposed to be around game time, and we're going to get whistles before we get to playoff. Timeout for the Eagles.
That's their first time out of the second half.
But for the forecast, which originally when we looked a day or so ago, it appeared that maybe 8 o'clock, maybe 9 o'clock, but as it got closer to Friday, it appeared it was going to start about 7. I mean, it almost looked as if the rain was waiting for the game to start, then it was going to hit. And if you've seen the future forecast, the other reason why I think we're getting this commitment to try to get the game going, and Coach Twitchell and I were talking about this earlier today, is I think, again, after this, the forecast is not good for an immediate makeup. So the rain's going to be here for a little while. So
and with the half of football being played, and especially if West Craven scores right here, anything in the second half, lightning delay, they could, if the coaches agree, technically end the game. And I don't just judging the sideline demeanor of Washington sideline. If we get any slight lightning, the White Hat Ashton, I think they're going to be okay with getting out of here, down, 29 or 30 to 6. Don't want to see it, but you get another little streak of lightning, I can see that happening.
Wind is picking up just a little bit. 8:39 to go after the timeout. Eagles come out in 4th down. They're going to go for it. Pitch. And it's got the first down. Dixon got around that right in, and it's a nice block. Good job by all the Eagles on that side to clear out space. Really wasn't a problem for Dixon to find that first down.
Yeah, it looked like a bunch trips, but there were 2 receivers and the tight end or H-back, Caden Seamster in there, and like a bunch trips formation. And nice little toss, and they sealed the edge. Were able to get 4 or 5 yards. You saw, Coach Pascal say, "Hey, run the clock." So
first and 10 for the Eagles.
Again, I don't see if we do get lightning again. Like the first half, I think it was ignored, but the second half, a little bit of lightning is going to end this one early. I thought.
Dixon, junior running back.
Dixon has nowhere to go on that
carry.
Gain
on the play.
And so brings up a second down and long. I want to remind everybody again, tomorrow, Wake Forest and Georgia Tech at noon on 107.5 FM, ACC football. Featuring West Craven Eagles' very own Braden Manley, who's part of the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. Rain's really coming down now. You can see it across the field. A little heavier. And then tomorrow night, Alabama. I almost said Auburn. LA Alabama fans, one of them made it to my car. Alabama and Georgia tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. SEC football. Davis, after hitting the snap, quick pass, complete, close to first down.
Pass is complete to 18.
And I think he's got it. First down yardage and then some. So a nice job.
Pushed out of bounds by Anderson Thomas, number 0 of the Pan Pack. It is a 10-yard gain on the play. And that's a first and 10 for the Eagles.
Simple little out around against man coverage. They were able to find the out route, which again against man coverage or cover 3, whichever one they were in. That's a guaranteed wide open route because you're running away from your flat defender or your man. It's a very easy throw for DJ.
Rain coming down a little harder now, and Eagles knocking on the door. First down and 10. Davis. Laser throw complete to Jeremiah Lee. It is a touchdown. Actually, that looks
number 18,
Cuthbertson.
27-yard touchdown.
And a 27-yard touchdown pass. And boy, that was a nice throw as he locked in on the receiver.
You normally when the rain comes down, you get to hand the ball a little more. I think Coach Twitchell went the other way. Found some stuff he liked and throwing some what we call 3-beaters and man beaters that just out-breaking routes against a bailing corner and your flat defenders inside of number 2. So anytime you get a route running away from the guy covering your zone or covering you, it's a whole lot harder to cover because you're giving the quarterback a whole lot more room to throw the football.
Snyder on to attempt the extra point. And the kick is up, and it is good.
The PAT by Phil Snyder is good.
So the Eagles push the lead to 29-6.
7:26.
We're going to come back. Don't you go anywhere. You're listening to Friday Night Football on 252 Fox Sports Radio.
At Bowden Car Furniture, we're proud to support our local teams and wish you the best this season. As Eastern Carolina's largest authorized Lazy Boy dealer, we have a huge selection of genuine Lazy Boy recliners, sofas, sleeper sofas, sectionals, and more. Plus, beautiful row furniture. Custom order or take home today. Visit us in Havelock or online at bowdenandcarfurniture.com. Best of luck to all our local teams from Bowden and Car Furniture.
This is Friday Night Football.
This is Friday Night Football on 252 Fox Sports Radio. I'm Mark Penitentiary, alongside me, Coach Bud Benson and Chop Doughty. It is a monsoon now at the Choppy Wagner Stadium. And we are somewhat dry on top of the press box here. Eagles lead at 29-6.
And we are 100% dedicated.
Pooch kick and up to the 25-yard line, a short return, and the Pan Pack send their offense out. And Bud, let's talk about this for a minute, because it's been a long time since I played football. You're a little closer to it, but I remember when you start getting wet, everything changes a little bit about how you approach the game, especially when you're down 29-6, right?
Yeah. The score has a little bit, and defensive guys, or people say they're a little more crazy. They love the weather.
Yes.
Cold, rain, doesn't matter. Anything's football weather to them. It could be 110 degrees. It's football weather. It could be snowing. This is football weather. That's what competitors do. But if you're a quarterback or running back or receiver, the rain is your worst nightmare. Everything's slippery. Your cuts don't work. You can't start and stop like you want to, so it's a little bit of a headache.
Emmanuel Miller, number 9 of the Eagles.
Again, it's just, especially if you're on the sideline and not doing anything, this is a miserable night if you're not playing. And,
oh, yeah.
I'm a sideline guy. I love to read sideline demeanor. I know what a lot of it means. I've been around a lot of football for 17 years, and the sideline demeanor on this Pan Pack sideline is unlike I've ever seen it before. Kids taking their helmet off, coaches telling them to go sit down. The quarterback's having to go on there on kick return. I hate to see it for a program that I was once a part of. I think a lot of, and I hope Brian Passon can get this kind of culture turned around.
The rain coming down hard, and no gain on the first down, and we're going to get a penalty flag before we even get the snap off for second down. But
prior to the snap, offside.
Emmanuel Miller, by the way, brought down the running back on first down for no gain, and so here it's going to be a penalty, and a 5-yard penalty on the Eagles will actually move the ball forward.
Second down and 5.
It looks like he got a little bit of a head start up on the blitz. He might have been a step or two early. Us defense guys just say he's quick and got a nose for the football. He can get a good reaction, so that's my opinion.
Second down and 5 here. Makepeace, the quarterback, in a pistol formation. He'll hand it off. And a short gain. Small's going to get about 3.5 yards.
30-yard line.
And it'll bring up a third down and short. There's another game going on tonight in ACC football that also involves former West Craven Eagle Kazim Moore, who plays for Virginia, and KJ Sampson, a former New England Bear. They're squaring off, not against each other because they both play defense.
Yeah, I remember both those names very well. Not in like a whole, this was fun kind of way.
And this time the Eagles defense gets in the backfield, and it'll be a loss on the play. Small had nowhere to go, and the Eagles did a great job at penetrating into the backfield and creating chaos.
Yeah, and that's what I was talking about. The demeanor of the kids, the head leaning to the side, the hands down, but also the rain and the grass. You're seeing running backs not hitting the hole as hard, kind of slow down through the handoff to make sure they get the handoff. So, the rain affects everything. I think O linemen love it, D linemen love it, linebackers love it. Outside of that, if you're a skilled guy, especially on the offside of the ball, this is a nightmare.
Punt play for the Pan Pack, and this punt is Cuthbert's going to wisely stay away from it. It'll drop at about the 40-yard line, and that's where the Eagle offense will come out. By the way, it is at the half in Charlottesville, and the Cavaliers and Seminoles are tied up at 21 apiece.
No return, and West Craven
So
have it 1st and 10.
maybe some of you folks that were watching that have checked us out here on Friday Night Football, where the Eagles lead 29-6, looking to go 2-0 on their conference season, and also looking to grab their 5th win of the season overall.
Are they on the bye next week?
Next week they will be on the bye week, and then 4 games remaining in the regular season, 2 at Jordan Stadium and 2 on the road. Davis gets the handoff, bounces to the outside. He's got room to run at the 40, at the 30. Davis still on his feet, 20, 10. Davis, touchdown.
Davis on a quarterback
keeper. And no flags on the play.
59 yards for a West Craven touchdown.
Man, I know I keep talking about with the shaking of the heads, the walking, the not hustling is driving the coach and me absolutely bananas. I mean, I watched 3 defenders just stop and brush it off. They really kind of put both hands forward. And I don't care what your record is, what the score is. If you're going to play this great game, you have to play it with everything you got because you never know when your last snap's going to be your last. I hung up my cleats a long time ago not knowing that it was going to be my last few snaps. And I didn't give up, but, you know, you always have things you wish you go back and do differently. And I think this is going to be one of them where they kind of just were over it, the losing, the score, the rain. So it's kind of a perfect storm of nightmare for this Pan Pac football team.
Snyder with the extra point attempt. The kick is up, and it is...
PAT is good.
Good. So a 30-point lead.
Phil Snyder.
36-6. West Craven on top. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to Friday Night Football on 252 Fox Sports Radio 107.5.
Stay cozy in winter and cool in summer with a new energy-efficient heating and cooling system. Even better, you could be eligible for up to a $2,000 federal tax credit just for choosing a qualifying heat pump. And the perks don't stop there. You may even be eligible to receive up to $8,000 in rebates towards the installation of qualifying heat pumps. To learn more, call us, your Daikin Comfort Pro, today.
Lilly Enterprises HVAC. HVAC specialists for Craven, Beaufort, Pitt, Lenoir, Carteret, and surrounding Eastern NC.
This information should not be considered tax advice.
This is Mike Twitchell, head football coach of the West Craven Eagles. Your home for West Craven sports is 252 Fox Sports Radio 107.5.
This is Friday Night Football.
Eagles 36, Pan Pac 6. Week 6 of Friday Night Football. That's a lot of 6s. I know. There was a 3 in there, though.
Yeah.
431. And this kick is going to go into the end zone for a touchback. Way to go, Phil Snyder.
Yeah, good on you. I'll tell you what, man, like, when I first saw this conference, this Three Rivers Conference, which, I mean, as a guy who loves the river and loves fishing and be on the boat, I love the name of the conference. Not sure what the third one comes from. I know it's Pamlico, I guess Tar, and then I guess the Noose.
Yeah.
But to me, the Tar and Pamlico are the same thing. They just changed over here at the bridge. But
right.
It could be the Trent. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. But this conference is very intriguing with North Lenore, their double wing, and then, you know, North Pitt as hard as they're playing, and Southwest Edgecombe. Like, I'm excited that Eastern Wayne. I know this game's out of hand a little bit, but talking about, you know, 4 games left or whatever, 5 games left. I mean, this conference is going to be fun for the next, you know, 4 or 5 weeks. Very excited to cover this.
It absolutely is. North Lenore, Southwest Edgecombe, North Johnston, and I believe Eastern Wayne.
Yes,
those are your 4 games remaining, and the ball's on the ground. Ball is on the ground, and the Eagles are trying to come up with it. It's still on the ground. I think Pan Pac may have got it. Let's see.
That's where the wetness and the rain comes into play, and they're signaling Pan Pac.
And it is still Washington football.
I think 4 different people had a chance to get it, too, from West Craven.
Covered by number 21, Gabe Foreman.
You know, like we talking about Eastern Wayne, very athletic, you know, picked toward the top of the conference. I've watched Southwest Edgecombe this year in 7-on-7, you know, very athletic quarterback, reminds me of DJ. So, you know, down the road in these games, you know, of course, North Lenore and their offense and how they run things if they can kind of get it figured out or, keep it close, they're going to be in some ball games too. Very excited. The 3A in the East isn't real top heavy. I think if you look at the top 10, West Craven sits at 4, number 1 in the East, and then Eastern Wayne sits at number 10, but 2 in the East. All the 3A powerhouses are out west, and 2 of the top 10 teams are in this conference, with Southwest Edgecombe being a top 25 team. So you got 3 top 25 teams in this conference that we'll get to see live against West Craven. So that's exciting football to come.
And you can catch it all right here on 252 Fox Sports 107.5 every week or every Friday. Next week, though, we'll all be safely at home, where I think it's supposed to be a similar forecast.
Yeah, I'll be at the Coach Vincent Bowl Part 2 as Aiden Griffin hosts Kent State for homecoming.
Oh, how about that?
Well, I was thinking about both coaches last night at the Eastern game. I was like, really, where are you going to stand? I was like, on the field goal post right in the middle.
And they're calling it first down.
I believe the week after the bye is West Craven's homecoming.
I think so, too.
Yeah. Is that North Lenore?
No, it'll be home.
I
think so, yeah.
4:14 to go. Pampak on offense. Rain
Ball's
coming
out.
down hard. Ball is out.
West Craven gets it. That's
fumble on the play. Is recovered by
and
West Craven.
We were talking about how it feels when it gets wet. And look, ball security is certainly a big part of it. But without question, when you're losing and when things are going a little tough too, and it's rained a little bit harder, I think a little bit of that your will to hold on a little bit is taken out there too. Plus, you and I were talking about these hits start to pile up, and the only thing worse than a wet hit is a cold hit. If you've ever been hit on a football field, there are 2 hits you don't like: when you're hit hard when you're wet, or hit hard when you're cold. Now, if you're cold and wet, then that's next level. So,
I think worse than the getting hit when you're wet is the bus ride home when you're wet. When you're cold,
yes.
I think I played like my freshman or sophomore year. I was playing linebacker at South Central. We were playing Spring Creek. And if you ask me today, I'm going to tell you it was like 3 below 0. I was trying to be tough guy, no sleeves. I remember looking at my dad in the stands I was like, you have a hoodie? Give me something. He didn't know who I was. I was like, listen, come on. Good to see in the middle of the third quarter, the backups in. Really excited to see Christopher Person Jr. get a whole, quarter and a half to play football. Kind of see what the future of West Craven football is right here.
So, Person in at quarterback for the Eagles. He's going to run it. Close to the 30. Looks like he stepped out of bounds at about the 31-yard line.
On a keeper. Driven out of bounds at the 31-yard line.
4:01 to go.
Yeah, I mean, this is
second down and 3 coming for the Eagles.
It's like we're covering a scrimmage. 31. I think there's like 15 people in the home stands, and the West Craven stands are still pretty packed.
Yeah.
Well, that's the Eagle folks.
Yeah, that's right.
Mean, look, shotgun formation. Person looking to run with it, and he's going to get brought down by
Chris Person. Again on the keeper.
Yeah, I don't think that's how that play's supposed to go. Nobody moved with the center, the motion guy, and the quarterback. So either the snap count was wrong or the timing was off.
And to the 36-yard line, a loss of 5 on the play.
I don't think they should throw the ball, but 3rd and long, freshman in there. We haven't seen him throw the ball this year, so hopefully it's an opportunity for us to see what he can do with his arm. We see what he can do with his legs. He's very electric with his legs. Would love to see what he can do with his arm. But again, if he doesn't throw it, I know Coach Twitchell and the man he is, he's not going to rub it in. You can see on the sideline on the field when the Washington players are upset and or the fumble or whatever. West Craven being the high culture team is picking kids up, patting them on the back. It's easy to do when you're winning. I understand that, but
the Eagles are going to have to call a timeout. This is taking way too long.
The freshman quarterback, man, and
that's their second. They have 1 remaining.
Yeah, that's one of those, again,
3 minutes, 6 seconds left here in the third.
There's probably a little bit of, and you could almost see that of when you're young,
next Friday night.
Again, how much of the playbook are you working with?
Right.
How comfortable with everything are you? And again, we've all been in those situations where, again, practice in the game is completely different. So when you hear a play call in practice, even 5, 10, 15 times, and then you hear it in the game, sometimes you're scrambling to figure out, I have no idea what that is, especially when you're on your first first couple of reps, game reps.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think that's just very common. And again, you just would rather get the right play call as opposed to setting up a young player for a bad situation.
Right, yeah, and of course you're on a practice field, you're at home, you're with your classmates and your friends on both sides of the ball, so you feel a whole lot more comfortable. And now it's raining, it's a little windy, a little chilly out there. You got to make the right call and understand it, and they got it figured out. And
they did. Cuthbertson's going to get the carry, and it's going to be close to first down yardage on that carry, but it's going to be about a yard shy, I believe.
7-yard pickup.
Yeah, I still think you go for it because
oh yeah.
I think he's probably going to give the
yard to go at the
it's third down now. Okay, but so give the freshman a chance to keep the ball in his hands, see what he can do. Not with the game on the line, but it is fourth down with the drive on the line.
Fourth and a yard.
Put a little pressure on him, put it in his hands, and see what he can do.
Rain is almost starting to stop. And this snap is going to get away from Person, who's now got to bounce it to the outside. He's got nowhere to go. Now he's going to throw it, and it's incomplete.
Oh, it was
that
so close.
What a play.
Was unbelievable, by the way.
I know it was incomplete. The bad snap in the rain, it happens. To pick it up, to break a tackle.
Oh, we got a flag down, too.
And then to have the ability to, while you're scrambling, tell your seam receiver, hey, get downfield, I'm going to hit you with it. And he had a chance to catch the ball. So that was a bright side. You probably get a personal foul penalty right here. A legal man downfield.
It is. And
well, I mean, yeah. But again, the takeaway is the what do they call that? Savvy ability of the freshman quarterback.
And the ball will be spotted at the Washington 29-yard line.
I didn't see, and again, I was trying to read that once the snap was botched. I think at that point, again, hard to tell, but I couldn't tell if it was an option for him to pass or throw. But nonetheless, the legal man downfield will make it a turnover on downs, and Small's a little late getting.
Yeah, he was on the bench with his helmet off, and he kind of did the lazy jog out there. It's what I was talking about earlier, man. It's hard to watch, no matter who the team is. If you're a fan of football, you really don't want to see this.
Quick pass complete. Has the first down and then some.
Oh, wow.
And still dragging West Craven defenders close to the midfield stripe. That's a lot of effort. Now the ball comes out at the end of the play, and it is a fumble, so the Eagles will get it back.
He scrambles up to midfield. There's a fumble, and it's recovered by
And that
West
was
Craven.
probably more on the effort, where
you're
just trying to make something happen.
Yeah, I don't knock that kid for that. I mean, he's
and look, he is just beating himself up. It is a turnover. And he's so frustrated as he's walking back to the.
And I've noticed that West Craven is good at ripping at the ball. I mean, they do go after it when they get them out, trying to tackle them.
I mean, if you're Coach Switch, you're like, my goodness, I'm trying to keep this game not respectable, but I mean, you don't want to be seen as running the score up, but you're doing everything you can.
Anderson Thomas with the fumble. Person on first down, and a nice run right up the middle. It's going to pick up about 7 yards on first down, and that was a nice. First off, let's give credit to the offensive line for clearing out some space and giving them a nice highway to drive down.
Yeah. A lot of backups in, still going against Washington. The few backups in there as kids had their helmets off on the sideline, but they're the D line's pretty much the same. A couple of linebackers are the same. Some of the secondaries are the same. So this is a backup West Craven offense with a freshman quarterback going against essentially a first string defense.
Clock is at 1:12 here in the third quarter. Eagles lead 36-6. Person gets the snap. He's going to run it inside the 40. Has the first down and dropped at the 36-yard line. Chris Person Jr. making the move to move the sticks and make another Eagles first down. And
his helmet came off, so he's going to come on Off for play and
The
look
tackle
for
to Gabe Foreman of the Panthers.
DJ just to hand this ball off and not put himself in any danger in these type of conditions with this score of a game.
And the rain it's still here, but has definitely quieted. The wind has definitely died down. I'm not saying it's nice out there, especially now that you're wet and its temperatures dropped a nice 7 to 10 degrees from where we kicked off, I'm sure. You're feeling a little wet. This snap is going to be botched as well. Actually, it was the handoff. Davis got the snap, but the slippery football, and it's going to end up being a fumble as the Eagles
the fumbled snap. And it's ball's at the 38-yard
end up coughing the football
line,
up, and I think I spoke too soon on the weather calming down.
Yeah, I mean the rain is the 12th defender tonight. I think they've forced 3 turnovers so far.
Yeah.
21.9 seconds to go here in our third quarter in a soggy and wet, windy Friday night here. The last night in September of 2025. Last Friday, excuse me, of September, yes. Now, pistol formation for Make Speed. He'll turn and hand it off to Small. Small gets
number 9, Malik Small on the carry.
dropped just behind the line of scrimmage, a loss of about 1.5 yards.
Yeah, really good play by both linebackers right there.
Bradley Mullins made the
kind of figured it out, not over pursuing that
Craven.
Misdirection, able to drop back downhill for the cutback and get two bodies on him, drop him backwards.
The third quarter.
And that is the end of our third quarter. Do not go anywhere. We've got more
Jimmy
football.
L. Morris and Sons Contractors in Vanceboro, a proud supporter of West Craven Athletics, is building strong foundations for your grading and paving needs. Grading services are designed to provide a stable and level foundation for your construction projects, enhancing drainage, preventing erosion, and preparing your land for successful development. Jimmy L. Morris and Sons offers paving services that combine durability, functionality, and aesthetic appeal. Call 252-670-6749, and let's lay the groundwork for success together.
This is Mike Twitchell, head football coach of the West Craven Eagles. Your home for West Craven Sports is 252 Fox Sports Radio 107.5.
Friday Night Football on 252 Radio is brought to you by all these great sponsors. Robinson and Stith Insurance, Bowden and Parr Furniture, Jimmy L. Morris and Sons Contractors, Atlantic Logging, Lilly Enterprises HVAC, and Bryn Glass.
38-yard line.
The final 12 minutes on the clock as we're wrapping up week 6 of Friday Night Football. 2nd down and 10 for the Pan Pack. Pistol formation for Evan Make Speed. Fakes the handoff. He'll roll out and run it himself. Past the 40, past the 50, inside Eagle territory, just past the 45, and stop just shy of the 40-yard line to the 41.
Yeah, that was a great job of great play call.
Anderson Thomas.
Little play action. Nobody was open.
Down to the Eagle.
But he knew he had some ground, and you saw Anderson Thomas there, who hasn't quit. He kind of understands. Seen that play before. He understands the scramble. What's going to happen? He kind of told Evan, "Hey, look, cut behind me. I'm going to lay a block." And he did. It didn't spring Evan, but he gave Evan an extra yard or two, which in a game like this, anything positive is good for the Pan Pack.
Spot the ball at the Eagle 41-yard line. Pan Pack, first down.
Another pistol formation. 2 wide receivers on the far side. H-back to the near side and a lone receiver on the right side as well. Handoff to the tailback. Small. Small is going to get stopped right at the line of scrimmage. And we're going to get a flag, and I think this is going to be against Washington.
The tackle was by number 9.
Maybe an unsportsmanlike.
That's the same kid that I saw them take off of kickoff earlier in the game for, I guess, either giving the coach attitude or something like that. But you hate to see this. You really hate for him to see him stay in the game as a former coach. You kind of want to pull him off and talk to him or calm him down or just kind of bring it all back together right here before it gets too out of hand.
after the play was over.
Personal foul.
Personal foul against the Pan Pack.
So this will be an after the play. So a 2nd down and 10 is going to turn into a 2nd down and 25.
15-yard penalty.
As the ball gets now spotted at the Pan Pack 45-yard line. And to give you an idea, they've got to get to the Eagle 31-yard line to get the first down.
You're probably going to see 3 straight handoffs. Keep the clock moving.
2nd down and 25.
I mean, you might see some play action, but
correction,
it's,
third down.
It's so weird to kind of see this, not the score, not just the demeanor. Because when I was here last, under Perry Owens, they want the best in his last year. They still fought, and they were 6-6, but Washington's kind of always prided themselves on a never quit blue collar kind of community and school and football program, and you're not really seeing it tonight.
The officials now spot the football, and I think we're ready to go after our 15-yard personal foul. 11:05 to go. Clock moving. Makepeace. Hand off. It's Small again, and this time Small maybe gets a yard. We'll say 2 yards to the 46-yard line.
To the 46.
I don't know if 44 knew he lost his hammer or not. He started celebrating.
Washington.
Jaden Garris made the defensive play for the Eagles.
Yeah, Jaden Garris has been pretty active tonight for the Eagles.
He was active week 1 against Havelock. Little. I think he's kind of new to football, or hasn't played this position a whole lot, and I think he surprised himself with how quick he got in the backfield against week 1. So they've done a really good job of coaching him how to follow down, run the hill line, play flat as a defensive lineman, and he's really done that, gotten better every week.
Roll out. Looking to throw is Makepeace, and he's hit. Right at the sideline and slides after the hit.
Runs to the short side, and he's driven out of bounds at the 45-yard line.
He's a little slow to get up, but he slid right into the bench, and he may sit right there.
Yeah, he's a tough kid.
No, he's going to get up. Good for him. And you were telling me you were saying he's tough. And again, boy, you hate to see
ball now spotted at the 45-yard line, 4th down.
That bench
looks
like it's been there.
He had a defender on his back while he was sliding.
Yeah.
Too, so I mean,
we played here. I was in Kinston last year. It was pouring down rain, muddy game. I watched him take some hits from guys who were playing in college right now from Kinston, and he never folded, never got up. I had no doubt he was going to get up and walk back on that field. I think a lot of the kid, I've known him since he was an 8th grader. Very tough kid, very polite kid, smart kid. He's going to do well in life. I talked to him last night at the ECU game. Kind of hate to see a senior year go this way, but
almost blocked.
Yeah, he just didn't get that off.
Going to get a slight return here. Cuthbertson's going to turn it.
Oh.
Yep, he's got some room. Nobody blocks. He's gone. 30, 20. Now stutters, and I say he was gone. And perhaps sometimes I think when you start making moves and sometimes it's just good to turn on those jets and go.
It's almost like he knew that he didn't need to score, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I've seen that in the past. And I saw how the punt was kind of setting up and the overrunning it, and good old Makepeace making that tackle. But it's hard to tell a kid, no matter what the score is.
Yeah, don't score.
I mean, the score, but don't go get that highlight, because I mean when I was coaching here, we had to he's right now, he's at Duke, Terry Moore, like everybody knows that name. We were beating first flight pretty bad by like 40 or something, and I tried to put in the backup punt returner. Well, he couldn't find his helmet. It was like a Friday Night Lights thing. Well, Terry's like, I got my helmet. I was like, no, give me anybody else. Well, here comes Terry. They punt it. He catches it 87 yards to the house, and everybody's looking at me. I was like, I tried. I mean, would you mean take Terry's helmet? But I'm just saying that Cupperson, DJ, these competitor type kids are never going to, not stop, especially at this level. When you're trying to get to college, any highlight you can put together, put on tape to help you get to where you want to go and achieve your dream of playing college football, you're going to do it. And, I think Coach Twitchell understands that, and he's not going to say, hey, catching it out of bounds. Like, you know, I mean, you're not running the score up, but it's a punt. And, you know, these kids also have aspirations to go play at the next level, and special teams plays especially are how they show true athleticism and get to that next level.
It just kind of felt to me like he chose not to score on that play.
I mean, it's slippery, and, you know, you keep dancing around with a kid like Makepeace and Khalid Small coming at you. You could, you know, see an injury, but so glad he got up, and everybody got up and got out there healthy in that type of play.
9:44 to go. Bobble the handoff a little bit, but lots of room. Carmen into the end zone, touchdown.
Yeah, 22 on the carry. The hold right here on the end.
We do have some flags, though. I think this is coming back.
Yeah, it was an unnecessary hold. I don't think the linebacker was going to make that play because the foot speed of number 32, he wasn't going to catch number 22 from West Craven. But the hold, the referee had a little trouble getting it out of his pocket or his pants or whatever. I watched him, you know, pull for about 4 or 5 times before he actually threw it. Yeah, don't blame him on the water.
Holding the call against West Craven.
Amari Sumner was the ball carrier on that play. So the 10 yards is going to mark the football at about the 30-yard line. We'll say the 29.
Yep.
It will remain first down.
Clock's at 9:37. Eagles lead 36-7.
Yeah, they've the Pan Pack has put their quarterback in at safety. I know, you know, Makepeace joking with him before. I was like, you're a whole lot better safety than you are quarterback. Because they won't let me play. Well, here you go, Evan.
Eagles will put 3 wide receivers on the far side, and we're going to get flags
on the play.
Before we can get the play off.
A little motion.
Yeah, a little excited.
Against West Craven.
I will say something I've noticed in tonight's game that we've mentioned in the previous games. It looked like West Craven was having a little bit of a high snap issue. That seemed like it hadn't been an issue at all tonight. Snaps were pretty much on point.
Which is surprising with the field conditions.
Well, I mean, the weather may cause a bumble, but it doesn't look like the high snap is an issue tonight.
Same formation now, Eagles. Handoff. Dixon trying to get to the outside, and he's
number 14,
going to get to the line of scrimmage, but not much further. And it brings up 2nd down and 25.
Jatavion Ebron, the senior linebacker for the Pan Pack, was there to make the tackle.
Of course, we're your home for Washington Commanders football, which is on Sunday.
Big Washington.
Pre-game, yes, Big Washington. Pre-game starts at 10 a.m. Kickoff is at 1. They're taking on the Atlanta Falcons, if I'm not mistaken, this week. And then Sunday Night Football, Micah Parsons returns to Arlington, where the Dallas Cowboys play. 8:15 kickoff on Sunday Night Football. Chris Person Jr. going to roll out. He's looking to throw, and instead is going to wisely keep it himself and just step out of bounds.
He'll pick up about a yard.
I think in that, with the running the clock out, though, would you say on Monday when you're watching film, hey, maybe slide down? Do you want it to, or is that okay?
I mean, I think it's okay there, especially because I think the kid understood the situation. He had some people on his heels, and that close quarters with the linebackers and the D line chasing him and the field conditions. You know, it's not ideal because if you try to go down, they don't slow down. You get stepped on, turnover, hit in the head. You know, a knee to the head will cause a concussion, just like the head hitting the ground or helmet to helmet. So, good job of just being able to get back up and play the next play.
So 3rd and 24 here for Person. Sumner goes in motion, and they'll fake the handoff to him. There's a flag on the play. Person keeps it himself, and he's going to step out of bounds at the 21. It's well short of the first down. However, the flag in the backfield tells me
legal motion,
that the penalty is going to be on the offense. And the white hat is usually an anti-offensive guy all the time.
I think it was a little bit of a delay in the snap. I think he brought in the motion. He called for the snap. It didn't happen. The O-line, the ball was snapped. So everything about that jet was kind of a little bit off. And the illegal motion essentially was because of the delayed snap, whether it was, dragged the ground a little too long or it wasn't as crisp as a snap as he wanted.
So Person will try it again here. He puts Sumner in motion. This looks like almost the same play, except up the middle. Person stood up. That is not brought down. He'll spin, cut it back up the middle, and he gets to about the 26-yard line. It'll still bring up a 4th down, but hey, you're going for it here.
Yeah, that was a little quarterback on quarterback violence with Evan Makepeace trying to talk to me, saying I can play defense. And runs up and makes a great hit, just doesn't wrap up like he's supposed to. Again, I don't know how much defensive reps Makepeace is getting, but yeah, what you said, it's go for it territory. The likelihood of them getting it very low, but you want to get the kid an extra snap or two. You're probably gonna get jet quarterback power, or you'll probably get jet quarterback counter to keep the ball in Person's hand and kind of see what he can do on 4th and long, up 36-6.
And by the way, somebody tell Phil Snyder, you hit a couple of these in practice in a game like this, you might get a chance to kick a 40-yarder. Anyways, this pass is going to be
I was going to ask that. Like, would this be a good opportunity to just let your kicker take a swing at it? I mean,
if the field was dry, I'd say yeah.
Yeah, if the field, I think, the field's got to be dry too. But I think the other thing is, too, you want to see him make a couple of those in practice. Yeah. And that gets the confidence going for sure. But I think, again, the more he hits the big kicks, the more opportunities he's going to get. But the Eagles will turn it over on downs here, and Washington will come back on offense. And
I mean, you hear this all the time. They mean it in a lighthearted way. Everybody's like, kickers are head cases, kickers are head cases. I mean, I don't know what it is. I've never been a kicker. I can't kick to save my life. But, I think the word head cases means they are very meticulous. Every kicker you see has a routine. Every step,
every step, yes.
It's got to be the exact same. And for people who play like linebacker or whatever, you just kind of like, you just hope that your cleats are in the ground and nothing goes wrong. You're not really worried about, almost like a batter. You know what I mean? Like they're going to touch all 5 points of the plate or whatever.
Yes.
Or if you're Kyle Schwarber, you're just going to swing for the fences 50 times a year.
Or 56.
Yes, I knew you knew the exact number.
Let's hope it's 57 or 58 tonight, but I haven't checked. 6:39 to go. But yeah, I think kickers are going to be more like your golf swing or a free throw. It is much of a timing situation, and you're right. I was the way the technique I learned was 3 and 3. So you take 3 steps back, 3 steps across, and you're taking 3 steps towards the ball.
Yeah.
And again, it's all about that timing and being able to hit it. So you're right. Anytime that timing gets thrown off, kickers tend to lose it. Or if that repetition goes bad, if they start to pick up bad habits, a lot of times that will throw kicks off where they just a little off on their routine. But
yeah, I'm a routine guy, but it's normally like based around food, like meals. I'm not a big spotlight guy. Like I played basketball in high school, and my free throw wasn't, this many bounces. It was give me the ball, ref. I grab it, get my hands right, shoot it, and get out of the spotlight as quick as possible. So I could have been a terrible kicker. I like the golf, but I'm not a real good golfer. Everybody's watching me, and it's just me.
Yes.
I wasn't a good batter. Like playing linebacker, I blend in. You notice me if I make a good play. You know what I mean? I'm not a big spotlight guy.
And in basketball, you seem like you'd be delivering fouls more than you would be getting them.
No, I was 120 pounds in high school. Everybody thought I was a shooter, and I couldn't shoot a lick. I was more of a take contact, get to the basket kind of guy.
Look at that.
Sack on the play.
Yeah, who was number
7? Yeah, we got some backup players in, so we're going to have to.
Well, I saw him in early in the game.
That is Al.
Back to about the 20.
Keogh Hamilton.
Yeah, that is a senior.
He got a lot of reps in the first half, and he's an athletic-looking kid. He got off the ball really well. He's got the long arms and the single digit like you're used to seeing on the West Craven defensive line. So I was really curious of who that was. Or I know it had some injuries and people that are finally being able to get cleared. So I'm guessing he's one of those. But I mean, that's good to see heading into conference. You have people who can give. They lost, Ben Dennison and some other defensive linemen, and so see a kid to step up and be able to play like that. That's a pretty good deal for West Craven in the defense.
This punt is going to
Punt takes a Pampack roll to about the
drop at about the
43
yard line, and the clock stops at 4:10 to go in our game.
I would expect a lot of handoffs right now. Keep that clock running.
Yeah, you probably get a 22 is probably going to touch the ball a lot. Christopher Parsons Jr. probably gets a quarterback carry, maybe a couple of handoffs, but I know they're not too deep at running backs. A lot of running backs are still playing as far as whether it be DiNapoli or whoever, but I think you're going to see a lot of the same basic West Craven offensive stuff to get this freshman quarterback accustomed to it. It's a meaningful game reps.
Person hands it off, and maybe to the line of scrimmage.
Terrell Dixon on the carry.
Who's starting to pick up more and more carries. We talked about it at the beginning of the broadcast. And Napoli started off as the running back that was your starter. An injury to Dennison needed that position to be filled, and he's done a great job at stepping in and playing that linebacker role. And so it's given an opportunity to Dixon, and he's starting to get a little more carries this week. But again, DJ Davis was fantastic tonight. Cuthbertson was really good tonight. Yeah. Defense played exceptionally well after allowing that opening, the opening points. They really tightened down the clamps and have pulled away here. And speaking of Dixon, big run inside Pampack territory and delivers a shoulder at the end of it. Pops the helmet off, and he'll have to go to the sideline and take a play off. But Dixon, one of his better runs of the night.
Yeah, good physical run. Very very shocked to see the starter kind of. I mean, I understand the competitors, like we talked about earlier, but as a starting running back in a game like this, with the conditions like this, you kind of want to see him avoid that big hit and get what he can and go down as safe as possible.
And I mean, the Pampack's got to be gassed at this point.
Oh yeah, you can tell. I mean, there's a couple of kids on the sideline who were starters who haven't moved in like 15 minutes, I feel like. Which is another, aggravation of mine.
This person is going to run this one. He's going to get the first down. Just need about a yard and a half, and he gets 3. And
the Eagles will pick up a first down at the
gets to the 45-yard line. Clock moving with 2:29 to go. The Eagles well on their way to a 2-0 start to the 3A conference schedule, and well on their way to win number 5 and to improve to 5-1 on the season.
Would like to thank WITN.
Yeah, you see a lot of, well, not a lot. You see a few helmets with no decals out there, which means that there's some JV, some 8-quarter style kids who can kind of play both games in a week up until a certain amount of quarters have been played. Once you played 8 quarters, JV and varsity, you got to stay up on varsity. But you look down here, you see a couple of helmets with no logos, which is good for the program to get some of these JV kids and varsity snaps. At the 45.
Punt formation in. Well, a knee. And I think the Eagles were just okay taking the knee. Person is
back at the 50-yard line.
And I think they're just okay now on first down. And with a minute and 40, just go ahead and call this a night.
Yeah, I'm, when I coached here, living in Greenville, working in Washington, every Friday night, I don't care what time of night it was, I made my weekly
second down and 15.
Stop at sheets. I'm looking forward to bringing that back for one night.
All right. What's your sheets go to?
Okay, how much time you got? You ready? I do a large turkey sub all the way, and then that's for kind of when I get home. I get the 3 snack wraps to kind of hold me over on the way home.
Yeah.
I like this guy.
I enjoy food, so I told you, man, if we could do a Friday night football and food show, I could teach you some things.
Well, we may be open to that for sure.
We both like food.
I know my dad could. My dad, there's not a hole-in-the-wall restaurant in North Carolina my dad hasn't been to in his 62 years on this earth.
We are big fans of food and unique places to eat. So Eagles well on their way here. 22 seconds clock running. The score is 36-6, and they're not even going to get another snap off. And we're going to take ourselves a quick break. We'll come back and we'll wrap this thing up. Eagles improve to 5-1 on the season and 2-0 in the Three Rivers Conference, 36-6. Our final. Eagles win. Don't go anywhere. This is Friday Night Football on 252 Fox Sports Radio.
Solutions you need for total home comfort. So if you want the chill of the Rocky Mountain air in your bedroom for summer, you can. Or if you prefer the warmth of the California sun this winter, that's no problem either. And if you simply desire that just right feeling of the New England coast, well, it's home comfort you decide. Daikin, perfecting the air we share.
Lilly Enterprises HVAC. HVAC specialists for Craven, Beaufort, Pitt, Lenoir, Carteret, and surrounding Eastern NC. Lilly HVAC.
Jimmy L. Morris and Sons Contractors in Vanceboro, a proud supporter of West Craven Athletics, is building strong foundations for your grading and paving needs. Grading services are designed to provide a stable and level foundation for your construction projects, enhancing drainage, preventing erosion, and preparing your land for successful development. Jimmy L. Morris and Sons offers paving services that combine durability, functionality, and aesthetic appeal. Call 252-670-6749 and let's lay the groundwork for success together.
At Bowden & Car Furniture, we're proud to support our local teams and wish you the best this season. As Eastern Carolina's largest authorized Lazy Boy dealer, we have a huge selection of genuine Lazy Boy recliners, sofas, sleeper sofas, sectionals, and more. Plus, beautiful row furniture. Custom order or take home today. Visit us in Havelock or online at bowdenandcarfurniture.com. Best of luck to all our local teams from Bowden & Car Furniture.
The goal of Atlantic Logging is to offer each of our customers a professional logging operation and top dollar for their timber. In short, you should have a peace of mind knowing that your timberland is contracted to be harvested with an extraordinary, well-trained, experienced, and dedicated logging company to get the job done in a time-efficient manner with precision and professionalism. Call 252-229-9997. Atlantic Logging is a proud supporter of West Craven Athletics.
Our experience, dedication to excellence, and project site cooperation set Bryn Glass apart from other glazing contractors. In business since 1989, Bryn Glass strives to provide a professional and pleasurable experience throughout the construction process. We invite you to visit our commercial gallery for an overview of our completed projects. The homeowner is the sole focus of our residential division. Through extensive conversation and planning sessions, we come to understand the look and feel a homeowner's desires. Our mirrors are all cut to fit the area, and we offer several edgework custom options for you. Our shower enclosures are all custom designed and fabricated to fit each application. There are numerous glass and metal surrounds for the shower of your dreams. As a finishing touch, we offer a wide variety of bath accessories. Call 252-637-4996 for Bryn Glass, a proud supporter of West Craven Athletics.
Have you had a review of your insurance policies recently? Hi, I'm Jim Robinson with Robinson & Stith Insurance. At Robinson & Stith Insurance, we understand the hard work that goes into securing your assets. Whether it is your home, car, business, or boat, you need insurance to protect your hard work. Robinson & Stith Insurance has been serving Eastern North Carolina's insurance needs since 1905. We believe it is not just the policy that serves you, but also the people. Our no voicemail policy means that whenever you call our office, you will speak to a live person who will be happy to help you. Our dedicated team of professionals is here to help and will be happy to provide no obligation reviews of your insurance coverages. Stop by and see us at 513 Pollock Street. Give us a call at 633-1174, 633-1174. Robinson & Stith Insurance. Complete insurance since 1905. We want to earn your business.
This is David Fernandez, Athletic Director of the West Craven Eagles. Your home for West Craven sports is 252 Fox Sports Radio, 107.5 FM.
Friday Night Football on 252 Radio is brought to you by all these great sponsors. Robinson & Stith Insurance, Bowden & Car Furniture, Jimmy L. Morris and Sons Contractors, Atlantic Logging, Lilly Enterprises HVAC, and Bryn Glass.
Final score from Choppy Wagner Stadium: West Craven 36, Washington 6. Eagles have now improved to 2-0 in the Three Rivers Conference and will be off this coming Friday and return to Jordan Stadium 2 weeks from tonight, where they will take on North Johnston. And by the way, so the score update we've gotten is the North Pitt Panthers are on their way to defeating North Johnston. 40-16 was the most recent score update we got there. It looks like Havelock may have beaten Croatan. Yeah. We're still looking for a score update. West Carteret has come back and defeated Swansboro tonight, 26-25. And maybe some other scores to update you. North Side Jacksonville, 33-3 over Richlands. So the Monarchs have gotten off to a great start. Their only loss so far this year to Jacksonville. They went and beat New Hanover. Yeah. So the Monarchs looking good so far this year. But again, here tonight, West Craven with a victory. They'll be back in action, as I mentioned, 2 weeks from tonight. But some final thoughts before we go. And one is tonight was, look, West Craven's played some great competitors when you go week in and week out, and you look at Havelock and New Bern, Wilson Prep, North Pitt was quite a battle. And tonight, though, we're able to put some distance on their opponents. And as I said, we can talk superlatives about all of the starters. I think DJ Davis played fantastically well. They got a stellar performance from the defensive unit. I think the offensive line played well as well. Xavier Cuthbertson played well. But when you play well enough to get some depth reps, when you get some of your backup players to develop, because this is one of the few times, as I said, whether it's later in the season and a guy may need to be the next man up, or next year you may have your opportunity. These game reps are invaluable. And so it's good to have one of these games where you can stretch your bench a little bit and allow some guys some reps.
Especially with the injuries they've had and the people they got sitting out with the bye week coming up, you're hoping that they kind of come back healthy. That's one takeaway. I think another takeaway is facing adversity early with being down 6-0, giving your opponent the ball with inside the 33 straight times, and the defense held strong. That's going to prove to be valuable as we go into conference and into the end of the season, into the playoffs, hopefully. And then you got to look at first time we've really had weather that we've had to battle with some bad snaps or fumbling the football or just playing in a rain. That it's East North Carolina. You're going to have weather at some point in time, multiple times during the season, sometimes in the playoffs. So be able to get that experience in the weather without getting anybody severely hurt or injured was another takeaway I saw. And then, of course, the young freshman quarterback playing a whole lot, and some kids that we haven't seen, call their names out a lot, make some plays and have valuable minutes that might not pay off this year, but will definitely pay off as you go into the next year to sometimes 3 years, especially for the quarterback, Christopher Person Jr.
Okay. Good news is I have gotten to the bottom of the mystery. We've been getting some bad score updates. Apparently, Croatan has defeated Havelock 14-7. That is a final. So the score updates we were getting. So we have to. Max Preps, which we'll call out the source, was reporting some pretty
bad Yelp review on them.
Yeah, was giving us some sort of
30-0, 37 in the first quarter.
The final score, and I've verified it multiple times. Croatan has defeated Havelock 14-7. So the undefeated start to the season continues for the Cougars. They get a big win against Havelock tonight. So again, our apologies as our Max Preps source was not doing well tonight. That is the final in that game. North Pitt is, 40-16 over North Johnston. That is right. Some of the other scores, and in fact, we've got a new score, West Carteret. As you know, you gave me this one, 26-25. Yep. So that's right. And Eastern Wayne, the other game in our conference tonight, Eastern Wayne, 35-0 over North Lenoir. That, my friends, means that I was going to see if I could find our Southwest Edgecombe score. That's the Here we go. The last score we got up was Wilson Prep was up on Southwest Edgecombe 26-7. That's a non-conference game.
Right, but similar opponents.
But common opponents
yeah.
for the Eagles who have are going to play Southwest Edgecombe later in the season as well. So there you go. There's our update. So wow, again another great night tonight, and as I said, great win for the Eagles. And before I go, I think I just wanted to say it's a great opportunity with this when you get this part of the year, you get some guys a little banged up. Everybody talks about the bye week. You don't want to get rusty. You like playing every week. You like it, but probably a good time to have a bye week right here at to sort of reset, and to get healthy.
Yeah, and I'll say again that it just seems like whenever they come out a little sluggish tonight, DJ had that big run after he threw the interception, even though it was called back. But you just see that kind of sparked the team.
Yeah, and
we've seen him do that all year, where he'll put it on his shoulders and make something happen to get the team rallied.
That's what you want in a quarterback. That's what you want in a senior leader. That's what you want in just a competitor in general.
Well, I got to thank these two gentlemen. We're officially calling Coach Bud Vincent. We have my good friend Chop Doughty, and appreciate both of you gentlemen so much. I want to thank, of course, our general manager, Mike Afflerbach, our incredible production manager, Daryl Harris, the man behind the sounds. Shout out to Daryl tonight. And a big thank you to Leslie Olivares, our sales manager, the creative genius behind all things. Carolina Olivares, you are awesome. Thank you so much as well to all of our great sponsors. Couldn't have done it without the great folks, Jimmy L. Morris, Robinson and Stith, Bryn Glass, of course, Lily HVAC as well, and Atlantic Logging. Thank you so much. And thank you guys for tuning in. We'll be back in 2 weeks for Friday Night Football from Jordan Stadium. Until then, we'll see you next time on Friday Night Football.